Okay.
Oh no, she's just gone.
No,
now she's just gone.
Oh, swings around. Are you connected to the GM?
Should be.
Cool.
Is it not coming up?
Oh no, it is there. Sometimes it does a double of the character, other times it doesn't.
Oh, okay,
Didn't this time, but it means I can't know who connected.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, any which way. Alrighty, so are we recording?
Yes. What kind of music?
Lake Town theme from The Hobbit.
Got it.
Last time, wonderful. Last session, you made your way to the town of Pebble Creek. A large city underground, located underneath Reims, city of great stone, an enormous underground river passing through it. Not that you've actually seen the city yet. You still haven't left Magson Hall, where you met the two brothers, Oggins Magson, very welcoming older dwarvish man, and his somewhat stranger brother, Garish Magson. You had travelled through looking to make some new friends, and you've met them in the Order of the 11th Eye, headed nominally by Styrus Krex, as well as Amelia Zaniba, both who are wizards, as well as your old friend Titus Kite, the ranger. You had a good chat with them about a few different things. They are also looking for Merlin. It's probably the big one in terms of like plot and stuff.
And Pendragons need to die.
Yeah, well, and also waiting for Arthur to die. You learn that Merlin is bound to the Pendragon bloodline.
I'm really glad I made my character like wizard-like with relations to Merlin. Just tied in really well.
That's why this is happening.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's not accidental.
But I didn't realise Mordred... When I joined this campaign, I didn't realise Mordred was Arthurian-law at all. I did not know.
Yeah. That's nice that you're both the Arthurians. But,
Test symmetry.
That was pure fun.
They talked about a few different things there. You had a lovely dinner with the Magson brothers. And
I was going to say.
The Ogson. Sorry about that. But you heard about a couple of things going on in town. You learned about a witch who had been arrested by the name of Greta, but there were still mysterious deaths that people thought she might be enacting. And you learned about the striking workers on the Proud Mary, now known as the Diamond Drover, the enormous steam-powered boat capable of moving not just up and down the river through this city, but up, fully rising into the lands above, up to Reims. That is your much quicker ticket out of here. Obviously, Reims, you've got a couple of people to see. You've promised Bloody Mary to go get the items from Dean Maricosa, one of which she needs. Though you know
Can I
what
just
the
get Bloody
items
Mary out on the place?
You could do that instead, yeah.
Me?
That's up to you.
If it's Merlin shit, I don't want to give it away.
But
I actually had an idea just earlier.
Okay.
Okay.
If technically Mordred's soul is now owed to both and Memphis Cadwalla, then we just make them fight for it. And then we get two birds, one stone, they kill each other. Win-win.
That worked well. That worked really well with the Claxy.
That worked.
It did. It was very effective.
It worked really well. They all fought each other.
For a second, I thought you were being sarcastic.
No,
that was actually.
It worked really well, and we kind of just
way too powerful.
backed
for us,
away
but then
very
we managed to
slowly
somehow win.
through the library. Nothing to do with me. Yeah.
Godzilla Kong fight. I like it.
Yeah, I think that's a valid strategy.
It's an interesting plan.
I like it. Would we like to invite them both up here? Here's Mordred. Here's your...
So
No,
awkward. Trying to promise Mordred to two people.
So embarrassing. Double date at the prom. The prom is the afterlife, and dates are like, owning your soul for double years. It's not quite as good. Anyway.
So, like prom then?
Yeah, pretty much.
We had very different experiences.
And of course, the other big thing happening in town over the next couple of days is the Tourney of the Rising Sun. Right? A festival where many people from all around would come, compete in tests of strength and magical skill. There's a melee, there's a joust, there's a wizard's duel, a mage's duel, an archery contest, and speed ice sculpting. Though maybe not that fast. But there's also, a great fair around there. There'd be a circus in town for this. There'd be a carnival type thing, stalls and markets and attractions and all sorts.
Whimsy.
Where
Canapé.
There's no need for canapes. Like this. There'd be full meals served. In terms of the market stalls, you could find some interesting bits and bobs, but also you can just buy anything you like that's level 6 or lower from the Path Builder interface. So
Shopping.
go crazy. You're also welcome to go from home, I don't mind. Yeah, elixirs of life are a good thing to stock up on at a place like this. And if anyone wanted to roleplay any of the shopping, we can do that later. But you all just finished your dinner with the Order of the Thigh and the Magson brothers. You were shown to the guest wing of the hall where some of the order were staying. Clara Merst as well in that order, a young sort of teenage girl, seems to be a spellcaster of some sort, a foundling. I had a bit of a chat with Mordred. I think that's probably all. Would anyone like to do anything? You can all take a rest. I don't know if we had it at the end of the last session, but take another one even if. It's a very nice rest.
So my wounded condition will go down one?
Wounded condition can go down one.
I definitely need a rest.
Yeah, take a rest. And if anyone wanted to do anything over that rest or before they went to bed or anything like that, I'll give the time to do it. But no one has to.
No.
Cool.
I would probably study somebody from the purposes of acupuncturing them at a later date because that requires a bit of focused.
Give us a medicine check. Someone in the party or one of the...
Oh, no, just not to perform acupuncture. It gives you advantage, I think, at a later date. Should I...
Unrelated to that, give us a medicine check.
Oh, dear. Is this a medicine check that requires my use of my hero point? No. So that's a nat 1.
Wonderful.
So for like 15 or something.
Incredible. Pick a character,
Oh.
either in the party or from the order. You've got the 2 wizards, the orc ranger, the teenage spellcaster, or the 2 dwarves even.
Teenage spellcaster.
Teenage
No!
spellcaster. Within that one, you're pretty sure this is like a dragon shapeshifting into human form.
Okay.
You're almost certain.
Yeah.
Or they might just be a teenager. It's really hard to tell. They get this thing with the shoulder blades that looks a bit odd.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll see if I can uncover that.
Yeah.
Maybe with a knife.
Do you know what we can get at this level? I know we can get a lucky kitchen witch.
It would be sad if she fell down the
to
stairs.
work in our kitchen that's made out of brooms.
Maybe you can convince them to
Crazy. How much
give
does
you
that
it.
cost?
250 gold.
Do you know what I'm getting?
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm getting a cane so that I can be the plague doctor in the meme that we
Oh,
use every
yes.
week.
Love.
Literally for that reason. I'm getting a cane. I've
You
seen
get
the
a sword
cane.
cane like me.
No, I'm just getting a normal cane. I
Just
don't
a
want
regular
anything
old cane.
that I can whack people with just for amusement value.
Love.
Love.
That's good fun.
That's literally my shopping so far. And some more coffee.
Does anyone want to do anything before you head out for the day?
Maybe some desert.
Sorry. While you take your rest, can everyone roll me a D8?
Oh.
As we're doing our sweet dreams.
1, which appears to be the
Eight's
theme
a
of
reroll,
my
right?
night.
Very fun with the 1.
Oh,
Nope,
God.
so just roll it straight and tell me. 8, 3, 2, 2. Alright, we'll go in order. With an 8. Drizella, you see a clearing with a stream running through it. It's beautiful. The grass is soft and swaying in the wind. The sky moves overhead slowly. The clouds almost dancing across it. You see, birds flying about. You see a flock. You see a deer. You see a bear nestled under a tree. You see some people moving about as well. You see a monkey swinging from the trees. You see a couple of people off in the distance kind of talking, discussing. Some seem to be tying sticks together in some sort of way that it's unclear what they're doing. And you feel for a moment, it only lasts a few seconds, this dream, because it's just too strange to process, as you are every blade of grass and the roots that connect them and the bugs crawling across them all at once. There's this cacophony of animals and creatures and just the foundations of the ground itself sit there, content and unmoving and yet burning and alive, moving about the place, taking in everything and at the same time being no one in particular.
That's terrifying.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Love it.
Darian, is that a 2? You sit in a workshop of sorts. It's ancient dried wooden walls, kind of thatched ceilings, very simple. The floor is simple sand. There's like 2 tables that you know have been carefully constructed over much time and hard effort. And on the tables a variety of things. Take 2 seconds to check something. You see a book open with fresh ink laid upon it. You see a candle that burns several different colours. You see a needle and thread wound together next to a great suit of leather armour. You see on the other table only one item, a sharp shard of metal, runes carved into it, blood across it, and some lump of flesh sitting next to it that's been cut from its body. You see standing over in the room an ancient man, robes covering them, grasping their face, an eye missing from them. You have a degree of control that Drusella didn't. Would you like to do anything, examine anything closer, try to recall anything while you're in this dream moment?
Yeah, I want to use my political class knowledge, or just like general worldly knowledge,
Yes,
society
sure.
knowledge, to figure out where this dude was from.
Yeah, society check. Definitely society check. You can use your political class score if it's better.
I think society's better at this stage. 22.
22. This is a man of contradictions. You see a crown of intricate gold upon his head, with rags upon his body, worn feet of a traveller, but in this home that has clearly been lovingly crafted and decorated. They are a king and a peasant, a warrior and a stationary researcher. They are all of those at once.
Do I feel like I'm the one that cut the eye out? Like in this dream? Or?
You look down at your own hands, blood dripping from them flesh, staining your white robes. And I think at that, you move on to whatever other things go in. That certainly stands out to you as an experience being brought to you instead of coming from within.
Angus and the pilgrim.
Jesse, 7 or 8? So 8. Jesse, you find yourself back on the fields of the Hogson farm. What do you think Bibby did? Was he like a woodcutter? Was he a farmer? Was he just a builder? That sort of thing.
I think he was like a builder. Like he would like work on like frames and stuff, houses. Like that's how he got to understand how structurally they work and stuff like that.
You see yourself, or rather, you experience, you live, hauling a log with several of your co-workers, heaving it up atop. Several other you sat there, hammering the nails in, carving out the plates with the wooden holes. As you hear this horrible, terrible calling voice coming behind you. Faster, Bigby, come on then! Lead your men quicker into the fray! Pick it up, pick it up! As this man sitting on just a small hill nearby, shouting out orders, not lending a hand at all. His mouth slightly agape. You recognise him as one of your old supervisors, one of your old bosses. You think his name was like Ned or Ben or something like that, but everyone who worked for him called him Flycatcher. His mouth was so open with his orcish tucks that occasionally bugs would just fly in there and fly back out as he just sat there. Come on then! What do you think his mind kind of goes to as he starts thinking about his old work and his old life before everything with the Thompsons happened?
It probably it'd be a mix of feelings. So like a part of it is kind of he misses the simplicity of So enjoys the finer things in life and happy to move on outside of things and without having to use his mind rather than cards or figures.
And as you lay the next couple of logs, you see a window coming there, and as you look through it, you see Bigby as he is now, the finer coat, the hat, sitting on a chair with a pipe, relaxing with a book, as your two lives on the opposite sides of the building you yourself are creating. Mordred, was that an 8 as well?
3.
3. Mordred, you are. You see yourself, or you experience not yourself, but someone taking off heavy armor, placing it down in a chest big, heavy wood, clawed, feathered hands, closing the door box, locking it away, and pushing it behind a wall, pushing it in the gap of the wall, far away where no one can find it, and taking out robes, finishing off with a tabard, with a signet of a crest of wings coming off of it.
Is it a shield?
Sorry, shield. So as you go, you can knock at the door. Actually, small interaction.
Do I have any control over this vision?
You see a little.
Can I go and open the door?
You open the door and see an old, aged man, brown, matted hair, slightly ill-fitting armor, slow breathing. He looks at you with a look of pity and sadness as you feel a sword driven into him from you. You wake up in cold sweat.
Damn.
Anyway, the next day, you will wake up, experiencing more of these strange dreams and visions that have been happening to you a little more lately. Would anyone like to do anything in Madsen Hall before you head out into Pebble Creek? Obviously, you've got the tournay today, which I think was your plan. But if anyone has any prep stuff to do,
I'd like to go and feed the owlbear some breakfast.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I'll steal some food from the kitchen and give it to the owlbear.
You see Titus Kythe is doing push-ups on the cold marble floor. His armor is already on, and just as the owlbear is next to him also doing push-ups. Yeah, there's an athletics check. As you see, he starts to pick up the pace a little bit as you're next to him.
That is a 21.
I think you might beat him. You see, you just outpacing as he starts to slow down a little bit. You see, he says,
Oh, he's wearing armour, so
heavy armor.
That's why I like to keep nimble.
You see, he says, lightly armored means light on your feet. Smart.
Indeed.
As you see, he moves on to some other exercises, some reverse pull-up or some bullshit. As you see, Justice the owlbear sniffs at whatever you bought for breakfast, and give me an give me a nature check really quick, just for the sake of it.
Oh, that's pretty good. 24.
And laps it up, kind of nuzzles their head into you a
Aww.
little bit, asking for.
I'll give it little scritches
a
under
little
the...
switch behind the ear. The owlbear seems very happy.
Meanwhile, they're having a testosterone.
Drizella's trying not to look like the owlbear is cute.
Yeah.
Fortunately, she's got a mask on, you can't tell.
Mordred goes, Drizella, look at how cute it is!
You suddenly.
She swings her cane, which is very snazzy.
You suddenly hear the kind of high-pitched voice of Clara, who you did not hear approaching. You say, "It's all right to smile."
Is that the annoying teenager?
Annoying teenager.
She's my friend.
She's a dragon.
Isn't she the one that I want you to get married to?
Yeah, that's the one.
You have some breakfast, you pack up your things, and if no one has anything else they want to do, you head out into Pebble Creek proper. You obviously entered the city through that strange fence. You haven't actually seen it yet.
As we're heading out, I say to Mordred, she is a dragon, you know.
Who's the dragon?
That thin, wafy girl.
Oh,
Even more reason for you to get to know her. And she can take your places.
Take your place.
The other way around.
You don't have rights to any Disney songs. So,
Mordred's just confused and is like, she's gonna be a nice friend, I think.
Yes.
lovely. As you head out of Magdeburg, you see that this beautiful mansion property is on the bank of a winding river. So this whole city is underground in a large cave system. You can see the maps here. Those roads that lead out, that wall is solid rock, and the walls lead out are tunnels mined through to get to other places. A huge underground lake sits here, and you can see right at the front of the city in the heart this huge spire, this huge building that comes up all the way and connects to the roof of the cavern, in the middle of which a great glowing yellow circle, almost like a small sun, sits, pulsing slightly, almost like a lighthouse, as it illuminates the entire city in yellow light.
Cool. Very cool.
Like a sphere? Like a
Yeah. See it in the middle, connected to the building, looks to be made part of it, but just glowing like it hurts to look at.
Yeah, okay. It's
Can
like
I-
a lighthouse.
Almost like a lighthouse, but all around and constant.
Can I do my card check to see if this thing's magical in nature or whether
Yeah,
it's just
go
like
for it.
man-made?
Or naturally occurring.
Bottled
Natural
sunshine.
It is 35.
Give us a religion check as
Ooh.
well.
23.
It's absolutely magical. You think it's very strong divine magic. And even looking at it, you feel not only light, but the warmth of the sun on a hot day. Heating you up, feeling a sense of calm as you focus on this thing. You think this is a divine magic, this is powerful magic. You will feel at the moment you get a +1 to any of your checks.
Ooh.
With that 20, with that 30 something, and the 20 whatever, you know that this will be conditional. If you try to if you go against the will of whatever deity is giving this power, that'll turn into a minus
Ooh.
It'll turn into a what?
a negative one.
Okay.
So +1 if you're falling, and you don't know exactly what the deity is with that check. You don't know what the domain is, but it's a pretty safe bet to assume it's going to be whatever the rules of this.
As soon as I realise that, I'm gonna. You know how a while ago we did a Harry Point question, and I was like, anytime I go into a new city, I just like observe and
Yeah.
see where people are going.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I see
No,
any
no check needed. Oh, sorry.
churchy people or like priests or anyone moving in that sort of direction that would be those kinds of people heading to sermons? And where they're
You see,
heading?
most people are heading. Just about everyone is heading that way. It looks good. There's a couple of people who aren't, but the vast majority seem to be heading more or less towards that central spire.
So the spire feels like it's the source of
Yeah,
the
so
religion.
you see the glowing light in that is attached to the spire, but is also seems to be like the central building, the town hall, that sort of thing.
I will look to everyone else and be like,
There on the map.
and I'm gonna follow the masses into the spot.
As you walk along, you see posters around the place. You see lots of them are wanted for murder. Greta, wanted alive. Sorry, not Brenton's Sunspot. So those around you see that might be the witch. You see another poster that says Tournay, and then you see today's date, and then again at the Sunspire. Joust, melee, da-da-da, with this much gold, the archery contest, and business jewel awards, that other much, which I have here somewhere.
I meant to say, sorry, last night, could I have gone to a blacksmith in town?
Yeah.
Yeah? I would like to get something emblazoned on my shield.
Yeah, easy.
I'd like to get the symbol that I saw in the dream that I think is the stranger's symbol with the shield and the raven wings.
Let me just see how long this blacksmith uses history. With the nat 20 from the blacksmith, you see as you kind of explain that to him, you see he kind of scratches his face and goes, I'll do it. Well, what you got to prove that?
I don't have anything to prove, it's just a symbol that I've seen.
Where you seen it, though?
Yes.
No, where have you seen it?
Oh, in my dreams.
In your dreams?
Yep.
And you see he goes through, and you see he has a small bookshelf behind the counter, mostly on things like light armor forging techniques, an advanced opinion on steel manufacturing, and you see one of them is crests and hereditary of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th age. You see he takes down. You see he says, slides the look at it and says, "You look that up, and then you tell me if you still want it."
Oh God.
And you see he goes over to make some other. You see he goes over and says, "I'll be in the back. Shout loudly."
What does it say?
You look through. You go through. You look through. You find the crest. You see it is the crest of Craven. You see it is written there, originating from one who betrayed their liege lord in the fall of the Yarnan Empire. This crest belongs to a coward who stabbed Merlin in the back, threw aside their fealty to their lord, and became a traitor to all. In the ages that have followed since, their very name has come to be an insult for thieves, liars, and the coward. And then he says, a little note below, you will often find this crest placed upon people by their enemies as a mark of shame.
I don't think Mordred's gonna get this crest. I'll say to them, can I get a slightly adjusted version of this crest?
He says, you tell me how you want it adjusted and I'll adjust it.
I'll make a slightly different one. I don't know.
That sounds like someone wanting to get like the worst version of the swastika and not
Yeah.
knowing about.
Not quite, it's more like, hey,
Like-
can I get a massive dick involved in my shield? Like, it's not like evil or bad, it's more just like weenie loser.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But it's just, I just like the unawareness of it.
Instead of a sword with the raven wings, can I get? Instead of a shield, can I get a sword with raven wings?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That I can do. And you see, he says, come back in an hour or so.
Okay.
Leave.
So then when we're walking back through, I'll duck into the blacksmith and
yeah,
grab it.
okay.
Thank you for the diversion.
No, that's it.
That would have been really funny. Like every time you walk in the crowd.
You should have told her. You should have told her. Like,
What did you do?
You got a spare shield, did you laugh?
yeah,
Cool.
that would have been hilarious.
You see, you head back in with a similar sort of
In
wing,
the-
a
in the
sword
parade.
instead of a shield. Heading up through, you will come to the Sunspire. You see, it's exactly an enormous keep, the centre tower of which rises up so high as to reach the top of the cave. 300, 400 feet above you. It's a magnificent building. Probably the tallest you've seen, maybe about the same height as Dollar Scar, but I'm sort of these things keep. You see that there's kind of mesh wire placed underneath the orb of light near the keep, so that the light going down is less intense and less blindingly bright. But it creates this beautiful, shimmering, almost rainbow effect on most of the things below you. Just occasionally as the light above you move a little, aurora of rainbow around the place.
Can I make an architectural effect?
Yeah.
if this building has been built, or if it's like created out of the ground. Or, it's in that 24.
34.
Understanding the cracks in every single piece.
There's no architecture. Yeah, 34.
You look over, you notice that the stone above the orb is different in construction to the stone below. You think that it's probably abandoned above the top, and there's probably a tower that reached the top there, and then later the sun orb thing was added in.
Oh, okay, yeah. But do I think the whole thing was built?
Looks built, yeah.
Yeah.
You would guess dwarven engineering, probably mid-third age, if you had to put a date on it.
Like something that's carved out of like one job, like it was like a rock wall.
Like
and
a
Looks
carved
like it was a
maybe.
stalactite.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
then taken
It's
into
carved out of one piece, not just like lots of bricks put together. and
Yeah.
everything. Very cool.
Very
I like it.
Do you want to be able to build one in your own home? Are you taking notes?
Alright.
Oh, just the guy I was working with. He said he hasn't left the counter yet since I left. And
Wow.
it's hit 36K,
Crazy.
which is
Wow.
like Christmas Eve.
That's
Wow.
huge.
You see that around this keep gates are wide open, the drawbridge is down, there's a moat fully around it. But on both the moat and inside, festival grounds all over the place. You see a circus tent has been erected inside the keep. You see stands and stalls, carnival rides, tarot readers, sideshow attractions. Clowns on stilts walk about the place. You see elves who walk along the air and juggle balls of light. You see the largest lollipop you ever have, being carried around by 4 people as it hangs on their back. An absolute, clearly there is a fete going on. People are having fun. There's trade and commerce happening all about you. People are pouring into the circus tent. And you can see a very large billboard near the entrance, which sets out a timeline for the day. Just basically, you're in the fete and entertainment section. Looks like in about 2 hours the welcoming speech will begin, followed shortly by the tournament. The order of which is not really important for us, but it goes joust, melee, archery, and then the wizards competition comes in last.
Did the people carrying the lollipop look like a little bit short with like arms?
A little bit, yeah. Kind of green hair, suspenders. Canon.
I'm just waiting for us to go to fucking like Wonka's chocolate factory. It would be awesome in the city. Can you imagine like getting on the boat and being like with my Mordred in the boat?
I was actually thinking lollipop.
Yeah, Mordred did not like.
The question is what would you all like to do in a circus fete type thing for 2 hours? It really could have been the hero kind of question now, I think. But what are people getting up to? Are you shopping? Are you playing carnival games? Are you watching the circus acts? Are you just getting out amongst it, wandering around? Are you finding a seat for the tournament?
Are there like plush animals you can win?
Absolutely.
I want to go see the tarot reader.
Yeah,
Ooh, we should all get our fortunes
I
right.
still want to go see the tarot reader.
that'll be fun.
Yeah, you can see the
Group
tarot reader.
fortune reading?
I think there's some spillover between in the Emma Drizella liminal space. But Emma Drizella wants to go and have their fortunes read out of the tarot reader.
I want to go to one of those traditional carny games and try to figure out how they're cheating.
Yeah,
Let's-
absolutely.
Is that your pointed question mission for the day? Like, we're going to unravel.
Pursuer lead.
We're going to take out the carnival.
A can of olive
We've
oil.
evaluated the structural integrity of the Sunspire, and now we're going to unravel the carnival.
I'd like to win
Excellent.
a plush toy for Drizella.
Aw.
If there's any like hand plushies,
Is there a hand plushie?
Is there a
I
hand-
bet-
On a 20,
Why would there be hand plushies?
There's not a hand.
okay, I'll get whatever I think you
Are there
like.
plushies
see
where you could
probably
chop a hand
portrays
off?
like a stylized skeleton, like an undead skeleton, which is, a little bit like having a soft plushie of, like, I don't know,
I'm totally fine.
lymphoma or something, like something that does. Like, a lot of people get killed by undead in this setting. This is not a cutesy little thing. This murders
To be
people.
fair, you can actually
Plushies.
get plushies
Yeah, of
of
course you
Ebola.
Yeah,
and,
I've seen that.
Yeah, and flu and things like that. So
I'm gonna
have it-
try and win
It's
her
like a little
the,
bacteria plushie.
Yeah. an undead plushie. Oh, totally. Yes.
I actually
You could be friends with
Alchemist.
Alchemist. She's not interested. She's going to find a tarot reader who looks dark and twisty.
You see that there are 2 tarot readers quite close to each other. You see one of them is blue stall, and you see above reads Finanil Darathan, the wisdom of the seas brought to you. You see the other one is kind of just white canvas. You notice one of the poles seems to have been broken and taped together. It's on a little bit of a lean. And you see above is just the word tarot. And you see underneath, painted on hastily in what looks to be just white paint, Vance Kendance.
Oh no!
I was already going to say that one's the legit one because it's
Crossover! I love a crossover! It's a crossover episode! Oh my god,
I have to fight Morning.
Drizella's going to be pissy if Kardashian Cat is down here, I swear. Because they would not get along.
No, they're not.
They would not get along. Kardashian Cat would be dead. But yes, I'm going to see Kit Kat dance.
Lovely.
Kit Kat dance.
Wait, what was their actual name in this one?
It's Vance
Vance?
Candance.
Kendance, alright.
Kendance.
Kendance,
In
yeah.
fact, it's Vence Kendance.
Vence Kendance.
Yeah, just so that all the vowels are the same. Otherwise, I'll get confused. You hang over. You see a Khajiit in a leather flop hat and a worn, torn waistcoat, sleeves rolled up, who is shuffling these cards really well, up in the air, grabbing them, sliding them along the table, flipping them all over, back again. 1, 2, 3, grab, grab, grab. So she says, and you see he says, "Have your fortune read?" Please,
He's giving me King Louis vibes. Yeah, yes, I'm having my fortune read by Vince Kendens.
Question, Emma.
Yes.
Do you happen to have a certain diary on you right now?
Oh,
What lady promote?
I've got
he's got.
Oh, you've got it. Okay, that's all good because we've had plenty of books stolen from.
Yeah, Vince Kendens. I do not know that Vince Kendens is a
I chased him
notorious
down pretty quick.
interdimensional, interparty trickster. Yes.
Wonderful.
I am.
You see he asks for 7 silver, which is like asking for like that $250.
Oh my god, you're getting swindled.
You see, as Giselle kind of pours it, you see he says, if you would please, he says, 2 of that must go to the keep and the Lord. 3 of that I must melt for rituals to contact the spirits, and only the remaining 2 do I contact. Oh, and one of them goes to the person who set up the temple.
I take my plague mask off and I stretch my arms out like properly Uzi and pick up a card from either side of the table and go, that's interesting because I can contact the spirits largely for free, so that would get rid of the 3 gold that you need pretty immediately. I can help you learn to do that if you want. A trade of skills.
Done deal.
And then I pull out a big syringe. Yeah, trade of skills.
And you see he says, usually people come with questions and leave with answers. If you wanted to pay the remaining 5 gold, that would be acceptable.
You appear not to be able to count.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant for a slip of the tongue.
I think we agree on 3, and I will helpfully heal any ailments that you may have now or in the future.
Are you pledging yourself to service to
No,
this?
I was thinking that was a threat.
Look that away.
It's like, I will
And
hurt
say,
you again.
very well. It's an agreeable situation, and kind of gingerly collects the cards from your hands.
Yep.
And just spins
Okay.
them around.
Yep. No.
Collects
no.
3 silver.
3 silver.
Still an outrageous amount
Yeah,
to pay
yeah.
for this.
But he's entertained me, and I've yes. And
Seems
any
like-
ailments he acquires during the reading of my fortune, I will helpfully heal for him. Maybe. Not necessarily immediately. There was no timeline on that.
You see he begins cutting and shuffling the cards. You see he asks, do you have a question you wish answered, or do you simply want the cards to speak to your innermost soul?
Oh, let the cards tell their story.
Throws a bunch up in the air. You see he spreads out 4 or 5 on the table and says, yes. Yes, these are the cards for you, I sense it. You see he reaches over and you see he turns over the first card. You see the 4 of cups. 4 cups separately are overflowing for him. He goes, yes. You're a very angry person. I sense a great rage resigns within you. And you see him turns over next and he says,
That's
but
good. She's been pretty chill.
I see an opportunity. You see, he turns over next, the 5 green tackles. He says, a great opportunity, a financial gain is within your imminent future. But, you see, he turns over the next card. You see, he says, you see the 3-faced lady. So he says, but great decision is needed. You must be decisive and act quickly. And he turns over the last card and he says, I see your future could be bright.
That's gloriously specific. Your future could be bright too.
Oh, I'm very happy at my humble craft.
How long have you worked here?
He says, oh, I'm a traveller. I move from place to place. But in this art, I have worked since I was a wee child of 7, 6 even. 6. Drizella, real quick, You have plus 14 perception.
Do I?
Yes.
Perception, 13. Yeah.
Plus 13.
Plus 1 for the ordeal.
Oh, plus 1 for the orb. Unless dealing with...
That will just affect when you roll, not for the...
Yeah, okay. Plus 13 then.
You feel through the actions you've all taken between then and now, none of you have
breached anything yet.
You've not breached anything.
Do I feel Vince Kendance is breaching anything? I guess if I stab him in the face, I'll probably be breaching something else. But that would be a guess.
Probably.
Okay. We probably don't want to get arrested. Mordred would be upset about that.
You feel does Drill have like a pack, do you think? Like a side bag? How does Drill carry all of this stuff?
In a crossbody, very large messenger bag.
You feel the zip of the messenger bag opening slowly and carefully. And something ruffling around in there as you see something. Wait, another. I am being spoken to as we speak by the spirits. There is an urgent message they have for you.
Drizella gets the syringe that she got out earlier and stabs it into the bag.
Give us an attack roll. And then,
hey. Just a plain roll?
Yeah, just do a d20.
5.
Cool.
Although if there's something entertaining to kill in there, I'd probably use my hero point.
You can use your hero point if you like.
Do I use my hero point for stabbing in my own handbag? Yes.
Wonderful. An excellent use of the hero point if there was one.
Well, if you didn't, you might have accidentally hit that.
Pardon? I'm not going to hit ultimate.
Yeah.
So that's 15.
15 will do. You feel you connect.
I was going to say that was worth stabbing in my bag for.
As you hear the voice of what sounds definitely like a child, just shit, Dad, no, what the fuck? As you turn out, you see a young lad, top hat, full coat, tails, a little bit raggedy, all of it, has needle in hand and goes to pull it out. Do you hold him there? Or he's got your hand in your bag.
Okay, and he was invisible. He's not in the bag.
He's just quiet. Looks like he's stuck up behind you. Opens your bag and just
right.
steals some stuff.
I hold the syringe, and I reach past him into my bag and pull out a rusty saw and go, I collect hands.
You see, as you say, Vince Condense yells out, "The spirits warn you of an interloper!" A little too slow. And you see the kid looks behind you at Vince Condense, stunned and quiet. And then goes, oh, look, sorry, I thought you were someone else? No? All right, fair enough. He put me up to it, miss. He did.
Yeah.
He threatened to give me a terrible beating if I didn't.
Excellent. I threatened to give you a terrible beating and take your hand to go in the jar. If you reach around in there a bit more, you'll find my other hand that's in there. If you would be so kind as to get my silver back.
You see...
I lift his hand out on the end of the needle.
You see hand shaking by the... you see Vince Kennedy says, all right. And you see a bag of coins on the table slid over to you. He says, take it easy on the little one, he's still learning.
I shake him off the needle and go, he needs more practice.
As you see... he says, thought that big mask of yours would make it hard to hear.
Don't underestimate your opponent, child.
All right.
I have enjoyed the tavern. I will send my colleagues.
Do you leave after that?
I do. I leave after.
You head off. You hear the kid get flex over the ears. Hardly an artful dodge that last time.
You knew it.
You were like tailcoat over.
Yeah. That was just
An
like,
Oliver reference.
I was thinking.
yeah.
Sorry, cool.
It was Vince Goodness.
Got to pick a pocket.
I have never seen or read Oliver. Anyway,
Neither have I, but I'm not saying.
that is Drizella. What does everyone else want to do in the fair, if anything?
I'm gonna try and win a plushy undead for Drizella.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
You
and
see
I'll
there's
probably watch that and try and figure out what's...
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're
you
going to do
getting
your
slow?
con.
there's a ring toss, there's popping balloons with darts, and there's knocking over cans with a ball.
It's Eka.
It's just the echo. You see there's a guy with about 4 teeth going, 3 for 5, people, 3 for 5, 3 for 5.
I'm gonna knock the can.
bit of deal, no bit of deal. 3 for you.
They don't even have to worry
hang
about
on.
the rain.
Do
It's like it
anything
never
smelly,
gets cancelled.
attack
It's
rolls?
awesome.
They'll all use throw throw.
I feel like it's
Actually, if you want to use melee, you see there's a hammer. There's the hammer and the bell.
Oh.
We're going to get some kind of
Yeah, I'll hammer in the bell.
speed.
I feel like the 3 for 5 dude's the sort of dude, if you're going to try and get the like third thing in, he'll just like dodge it and say you didn't throw it properly, you know?
Stabbing a child.
Bell.
Thank you very
Stabbing
much.
a child.
For using my hero point to stab a child.
Department of Ed, that was a joke.
Or was it?
You see this big lumberjack type, big mustache, it's just finished off. He just goes to the big swing. Boom, boom, doesn't quite make it. You see he wanders off. You see the guy next to it. You see this very, very tall, kind of green-skinned, pointy ears. You're not quite sure what race they would be. Tiny, tiny little button nose, sort of messy hair. Leans over and says, "Why don't you have a go?
I'll look at Big B and
You
go,
look a nice, strong lad. I was talking that you would like a go. I was, please, anyone.
He's
anyone.
much stronger than I am.
Right.
Unless I'm angry. But that's like,
Just 3 silver for a swing. 3 silver for a swing.
one swing for 3 silver. That seems right.
Is that not race?
Again, silver, days pay.
Mordred had no idea.
75 bucks a play. 75 bucks a play.
Mordred hands this over, he has no concept.
What's the prize for this?
You see there's a little shelf of like, you see there's some wooden toys, like some what do you call them? Just spin around and then the click-clack noise.
Oh,
The
yeah.
stuff that you would buy for like 2 copper, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Stuffed
it's
toys,
starting
that's
from
it's a
silver.
fair, it's exactly
Yeah.
that.
Cool.
You see there's some puzzle boxes, you see there's some wrapped up that say
puzzle
history prizes.
Oh, now I want to win something for Bigby as well. Okay, I'm going to win the one for Drusella, then I'll
I
win one
can't
for
believe it. You're just like, I want to win prizes for everybody. And I'm just like, I got to stab a child and I nearly got his hand. It was all good.
Well, that's also the typical, like, a lot of blokes do that. They're like, I just want to win something for my girlfriend. And
Yeah.
Like, the guys are like, yes.
Anyway, athletics check for this one.
Can I use magic?
How would you like to use magic?
Can I cast a...
Or are you asking if it's allowed?
Is it allowed?
You assume probably not,
Oh, okay.
I would say.
Cool. Let's just try this.
Actually, give me a society check for Morgan, real quick.
Nat 20?
Yeah.
For a 21.
You assume that.
Okay, cool.
Twenty plus before the 20.
Mordred gets a little bit nervous,
And I've got one.
and then he says, alright, here we go. And then I'll lift the hammer up and slam it down.
Mhm.
Oh, I should have used that Nat 20 roll.
You are doing the tourney later.
Yes, I am.
Alright.
Yeah, I used mine for stabbing a child.
I got the lowest roll I could.
To be fair,
That's
there's a lot better than
24.
20.
24,
Yeah.
you see you.
100%.
Higher,
Discipline.
halfway, 3/4 of the way, almost to the top,
Oh,
and then down again. Boom, you're just a little bit shy. As you see the tall, green-skinned Carnival Barker. Whoa, very close, but not.
Do I get to go again?
Another 3.
Another swing. I tell you, you're so close. Just 2 silver for your next swing.
1 silver.
1 silver.
You're like my dad trying to
7 children I have at home. 7 mouths to feed.
I've got 7 children.
And 2 wives. A pet dog. 3 goldfish and a hamster.
What's the name of your dog? Pointed question.
Jimbo. And you're pretty sure they're lying.
Yeah. This is just a tactic to try and swindle money from you.
So I shouldn't give them two
No,
silver?
1 silver. That's
So he
already
makes
way
7
more than you
mistakes.
should get.
I'll offer 1 silver.
You see a hand from their midsection go.
That's disturbing.
As you see the coat parts, and you see a second green-skinned character.
Oh my god.
Um,
Are they like 3 goblins in a trench
3
coat?
goblins in a trench coat. As you see the top one says, go again.
Alright,
Go on, Mordred. You can do it.
alright.
You used the +1 for the city bonus, did you?
Oh no, I didn't last time.
Remember this time.
Oh, that's better. That's 29.
Brilliant. You, boom, You get it. Lands on the bottom.
Yay!
Well done. Take your pick. And point to the little thing with prizes there. You see there's some plushies. You see there's some sports equipment.
Plush
things,
skeleton.
Plush skeleton. You take it off there. It looks to be made out of reused clothing parts. It looks okay, but it feels very cheap and all. But you hold in your hand a plush little skeleton.
I'm tempted to go again and make something for you.
Nah, it's all good. They're still different.
Okay. I'll hold
Maybe
this down.
no check. Do you think this might be the only honest game here? It's just that almost no one can roll a 25 athletics check.
Yeah.
You have that when you go into a different game?
I'll follow Bigby around.
I'll shake hands with the goblins. Fair game. I like it. I like
You
this
see
style.
another hand comes out with the stomach area and one out the bottom pocket. As you see, the middle one kind of pokes the curve and says, "You won't believe how many people this gets as a marketing trick." And puts up the button again.
As we're leaving, Mordred's going to slip them an extra silver, and we'll say, to look after your family.
Oh, thank you. You all head off. I imagine similar sort of thing. You do some games, you run your luck, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to try one? You should do like shooting the cannons.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Is there like an archery or something?
Absolutely. You see there's very much like there's cans a little way away. You see there's a little crossbow. Tiny little crossbow. This thing would be lethal at 0 feet. You see behind us a very old, old halfling with curly grey hair, like 3 different cardigans on, cigarettes. Fancy your eye, lad. Want to have a try?
Yeah, let's give it a go. How much?
You see he says, 2 silver.
1.5.
You see, just points to a sign above that says no negotiations, so prices are final.
Fair enough. Fine. 2 silver.
Takes the money. You see you get 5 crossbolts for that one. You see there are 5 cans all stacked on top of each other. It looks to be about 20 paces away.
Yeah.
There's 5 attack rolls with 5 shots.
Are they decreasing?
You'll have multiple attack.
What's the multiple attack?
You will have multiple attack.
Okay.
Can I cast guidance?
Yep.
I'm going to sneak past. Oh no, because I know magic's not allowed. No, I wouldn't.
So yeah, you'll go 1, 2, 3, and then that'll be one lot, and then the next 3 will be the other 2 of the 5 will be on the second turn. So the second, third, and 5th attacks have multiple attack. Not equal.
Okay. So the first one I get is a 33.
You knock off one of the cans, no problem at all. Boom, falls down. Complete square shot right in the centre.
Nice.
Second shot.
You see how eyebrows lift up slightly as you shoot with that accuracy.
19 for the second shot.
You quickly reload the crossbow, hit one, it hit off the side of the can, doesn't knock it off.
Do I notice anything? Does it seem like it's weighted?
You reckon a 19 probably should have knocked that can over. Yeah, something strange seems to be happening.
Yeah, okay. So multiple attack penalty.
Multiple attack penalty on this one, and the next one straight.
That'll be a 16.
16 again, just you see it hits the can but just bounces off. So the can doesn't even move this time. This one, no multiple attack penalty.
No multiple attack penalty.
No multiple attack penalty.
So
Next
that'll
one.
be 24.
The three you see here, another one. You see hits it, can moves a little bit back, doesn't fall over.
So that's 4, right?
That's 4. You've got 1 shot left. One can.
And this one's multiple attack penalty.
Yep. That's fine.
So 13.
13, you see again. That one you just fully go.
Yeah.
You see she goes, oh, close shooting, but not quite enough. 1 can gets you one of the little ones, and you see there's a little hard candy lolly, a little wood carved, very thin wood carved ring, and what looks to be like a bell.
I don't think you would like it if I told other people that you cheated in this game.
No cheat, you saw yourself, cans can be knocked over.
Only with an incredibly powerful and precise shot. You've
Nice.
weighted these cans.
You see walks over, give me a perception check.
28.
Not enough.
Oh,
A natural
wow.
20 from them. You see they walk over, you see them pick up one of your cans off the ground, show it to you, completely empty, shakes the can around, hands it to you for a second. You feel a very light can. You can crush it in your hand if you want to. Take that back, thank you.
My apologies.
I should think so. You want to try again?
No.
Yeah, fair enough. Puts out the cigarette, takes a seat, goes back to try to bring some other people over. Marion, what are you up to in this lovely
I'm walking straight through this sign. Everyone is playing games. As my opinion of this is, it's just a way to take money from the rich who don't need it for anything else. And I'm going to not only assist the crowd for like who's playing games, who seems to be very like throwing money away, trying lots of times, these sorts of things. As they're very like wealthy people here that are having fun.
Give us a perception. 11?
There was a net one, by the way.
Yeah. You struggle to make out a pattern. You see a lot going on. There's the clinking of coins. There's the laughter of rich people. You hear drinks splashing on the ground as people are being careless. All the telltale signs of people you don't normally associate with, or at least don't care to. You fail that check. But you do hear over it. You hear, you there, child of the fire. Come over this way. And so you see a small, quite humble tent that you see the sign at the top reads Elemental Treasures.
Ooh.
Very suspicious.
Nice.
Okay, I head towards the tent slowly. But I'm also really curious about this orb of light thingy, and I'm like, is this related to fire? Is this... Okay.
We're all getting so swindled.
We'll have no money and no stuff. No plushies.
What a dope button.
You see a woman
A whole plushie. You
long,
got a
like
very
very,
interesting
very light.
I stabbed
white
a
hair,
child.
Kind of
So
almost grey skin and white
That's
accessories. So she wears kind of a muted shawl, robes almost, not particularly old, kind of maybe middle aged. So she says, "You're a child of the fire, are you not?"
I wouldn't say exclusively fire.
So she looks at you. So she looks you over and says, "You're a child of one of the others. Come in, come in. I did not expect to see another here." And you see
I
she
will
says-
come in.
And so she says, "My name is Rissa. I'm a daughter of the air."
Yeah.
And you see this little stall that she has. You see there are a number of them. You see flasks of oil lamps. You see sand tiles. You see rings. You see bangles. You see silver bells. You see ocean shells, nautilus shells, smaller ones as well.
Oh, don't say that. We'll get hurt.
You see flasks of water, hot coals, all sorts of things. It feels, as you walk in, the noise from outside dies down. And you feel this sense, almost like, not like coming home, but you feel a familiarity.
Can I do like I mean, it kind of feels this way, but I just want to like do a check of, from what I've seen outside, does this seem like kind of out of place in the theatre? Like compared to all the like circusy tents and the...
Yeah, give us a, probably perception again.
That's kind of big. 16 plus the 1 from the hall, so 17.
Doesn't seem as you see that almost everything they have here is for sale. It looks like a store, a market stall, in which there are a few scattered around the games and that sort of thing. It seems like she's not trying to sell you anything. Though. She seems to have. She thinks you're someone else, maybe, or she's noticed something of you. Yeah.
Can I speak to her? Why do you think I'm a child of flame?
She says, "We recognize each other. I saw you as cousin, as king."
Can you speak more of these children of the elements?
And so she kind of looks at you for a second and says, "Do you not know your family?"
No, I can't say I do.
And so she says, I suppose there are fewer of us in here than there are elsewhere." And you see she reaches from behind the counter, pulls out a spoon and says, Six sitting. She pulls a little closed sign in a little rope out over the front. It says, right, well, the way my family told it to me is that long ago there were the elementals who made the world. They coalesced the rivers and the mountains, they made the grass, the deep ocean, the clouds and the sky, they put it all together with pieces of themselves. And when they were finished, the largest pieces of them that were left became the great elemental beasts. The crocodile of the shallows, the squid of the deep, the bear of the hills, the eagle of the skies, and the many others that wander our land. And those creatures, they took their first breaths, not as elementals but as creatures, and those breaths left the world as the elemental vapors, retaining parts of the power of the elementals, primordials, but free to move about this world as things and occupy space in it. They were very powerful beings that granted immense power to those who won their favour, ended armies, swayed kingdoms, granted wishes, all that. But eventually they were trapped, all of them, in items, like we have here. So she says the elemental of the earth was trapped in a sand hourglass, the elemental of the sky in silver bells, the elemental of fire in a ring, and the elemental of earth, the elemental of environment on earth in an oil.
This is making far too much sense for it not to make sense. Oh.
So she says, but occasionally they have escaped for a time, or be moved from one vessel to another. And when they do, sometimes they have children, either created them sculpt them from the clay, or meet a mortal, and they leave behind children. And points to you and points to her.
It does sound possible. I heard a rumor that my father was trapped in something like that, a gym of some kind.
He nods and says, "Jinn is another name for him." I think he says, I see you carry a caster's staff. Do you have any gift with magic?
Some.
Any of us do.
What?
You two could get a job at the shop.
Okay. She'd probably put me in a fucking ring.
Oh, you get big family law drop. I got Kit Kat bags.
Yeah.
Comparable level, yeah.
We're better than that.
Mine's best.
No.
I'm just like, what do I ask this person? I will.
She's
giving
see,
you.
she says, few of us know our elemental parent, but I was raised by my father. Did you know either of your parents?
I was an orphan.
Oh, I've never met anyone like that. I've never met an orphan who's an elemental child. No. Usually, for an elemental to have a child with a mortal, they choose them very carefully.
Yeah.
No insult to your parentage, of course.
Oh, well, he hasn't been here forever. He's probably not the smartest tool in the ship.
It's possible. Do you know anything about your...
Nothing. Do you know of others?
A few, now and again. There seem to be less of us recently.
Why do you think that is?
I say recently my aunt spoke of when she was a child that there were several of us at a time in a village. Not every village, mind you, but now and again the elementals would stay in one place. They seem to move more. I don't know why.
In one of the vessels of the four elementals.
And you see, she says, well, what I sell here is mostly trinkets. Religious symbols. They honour the elemental. The bells and the right ritual can channel the wind stronger. The hourglass stronger can channel the earth or the desert. But there are occasionally vessels, remnants of what they were held in. So she says, I wear on my hand a ring that once, according to legend, held a fire elemental many years ago. You see, she says, it can really only light candles, but that's because it's hundreds and hundreds of years old. If you found a vessel from the elemental more recently, the power would be much greater. I carry some elemental vessels that have more magic within them.
Well, what?
You see, she says, well, I show you one. You see, she takes out a hourglass. The rest of these are wood, simple glass. You see, this is finely carved gold. 8 pillars holding the 2 platforms aloft in the center. Beautifully shaped blue glass, fine white sand inside it. So she holds this and she says, this held an air elemental long ago. It escaped, but it left fleas of power behind. You're a spellcaster?
Yeah.
So she says, I think you hold it there instead. But do not cast. Hold it. You hold it, you just feel mana, pure spellcasting potential here. This vessel holds a version of a wish spell. You could cast any 5th level spell or less with this, or do something equal to a 5th level spell, even if it's not a spell in the game.
I will hand it back and say, I understand.
And you hold it and you just feel that connection.
You giving him game-altering magic? Seriously?
I'm not giving him anything.
Do we ever learn?
You see, she says...
I'm not going to steal from my cousin.
You see, she says, you know
We
nothing
never
of your
learn.
father? Sorry, you know nothing of your parents? Nothing. I have something that might help you. You see, she takes out 4 small items. You see, in pouches. She pulls out. So sit there. You see, she lays out there, and you see, she undoes it. You see, one contains a small pile of sand. One contains a rock. One contains coal. And the other, you see, contains what looks to be coal. You see, she says, close your eyes. I will move these around. Reach out and grab the one that points to you. You see exactly right. Moves around. Garion, what element do you think pulls you down? Fire, water, earth, or air? I will tell you behind the screen. This is also what element Gin is off the couch.
Yeah. I'm pretty aware of it.
Well done.
I want to say wind. Solely for the fact, I mean, he does have wind spells and some fire stuff, but solely because like the shifting sands and the sort of time element of the hourglass, and he's going to go more chronomancy, those sorts of things could like align really well.
Yeah.
So I think wind, because he kind of flows with life.
I like that. You see, you reach out and you feel soft sand underneath your hand. As you see, she says, as you hear
She's not your cousin, she's your sister.
we're closer kin than I thought. We both share an air element.
Your sister.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Half sister.
There's no way to know if they're the same one. They could be.
I have ways.
Probably littered kids all around the globe.
Can I have genetics as a subclass?
You see, she says, my mother grew up in Xander. Where's your family from? You know, Xander is a huge city to the east. As far as I know, Darian comes from like way south, far away from here.
Yeah, just pick a place.
Yeah.
I don't have a specific.
No, that's fine. And you see, she says, given how far apart we are, I think probably they were different. Yeah. But either way, we share them. Are you?
He's definitely got a job here.
What do you do? Are you a traveller? Are you a?
That's a good job.
Do you have a trade?
We are travelling. I'm with a group of us who are heading around the place.
Stabbing kids and winning plushies.
Yeah. how would I just a traveling party? We tend to cause as much bad as good. Hopefully more good than bad. We just see how it goes.
A Mordred in your head gives you a thumbs up.
Gives you a thumbs up there,
This
Mordred.
is right. She's like, I never had much talent for magic. But if you do, you should learn to focus on the element of the wind. My father taught me to listen to the wind in the stories he
I do
You're
have
no
a-
longer related to Aladdin. Now you are
I will bring out the little needle I got given and explain that I got told this could help me find my parentage, and I must use it when the wind is calm, and see if that has any meaning with this person.
You see, she says, "There is no wind in the tent now. You can try it."
Okay, I will try it. Hang on, let me read exactly what the other part of that was, because there was a...
I will tell you right now. Just ignore that.
Okay, we'll just do it now. We'll do it now. I'm like holding the thing.
Hold the ulcer. You see, hold it for a few seconds. Nothing happens. You see, Rissa kind of looks a little, goes from looking quite excited to a little defeated. And so the needle then immediately points right to where she put the hourglass, breaks the string, and taps against it lightly.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm gonna keep this thing.
Magic.
Mm.
Magic breaking. Game breaking magic in David's hands.
I'm going to... Can I put another piece of string on it?
Yeah.
Can I pass it to her and say, maybe you should try it?
And so she holds it for a couple of minutes, waiting, and you see it then points weakly towards the hourglass.
Oh.
Okay.
And it doesn't pull against the string, doesn't break the string, and then back down.
Perhaps a slight connection for you, and a stronger one for me.
You see that same lady, you see she hands you the hourglass.
No! Game breaking magic in the answer! David!
It's not game breaking, it's only fifth level.
Fifth is big.
Seriously, you and a wish spell. Fucking hell, man.
And-
You're gonna have to rewrite the wiki.
I wish that the wiki was
If you
finished.
change the timeline, I swear to God.
This one cannot alter.
Well,
I wish that
His
Bree
defense,
had
that
access
was
to your
me
laptop
last
and your notes.
This is genie rules. So this is you cannot alter the past. You cannot control how anyone feels unless it's directly a spell.
Fair.
It's a fifth level spell or a similar effect you pitch. You see, she says, I have no strong connection to magic, but I know how to listen to my parents, to my mother when she tells me something.
I will continue my search for father, I guess. Thank you for sharing any knowledge.
You see, she gives you a very considerate note and says, if you need any help in town, I'll be here for the festival for the next week or so.
I do have a couple of questions.
Yeah?
How much do you know of the floating sphere sun thing and the tower and who runs it, who is the magically in charge of this thing, is what I'm asking. And can I make an impression with this?
Yeah, absolutely. Make an impression. Have a +4 bonus to making that impression.
Nice.
Oh god, I'm just gonna hear it.
Fair enough.
This is my card. Yeah. I've got to make this impression well. Oh, where's the sheet? I
It
can't remember
doesn't
how making
translate.
impression works.
Diplomacy
Oh, yeah.
check.
Diplomacy.
Okay.
That one was-
Diplomacy. Is that including the +1 from the orb, the +4, or is that
No, that's on top of the +1.
35?
Incredible. You feel like you have got a long-term, reliable.
Wow.
I wish we
And a
had like a
wish.
sand speaker. I need like your tooth, but like the sand that A conch shell. Oh.
Her voice, in your voice, you just carry on.
Yeah.
Hear it through those.
No. I will take a number.
I'm
or
sure there's
whatever
a
the equivalent
Pocahontas
is.
song in there.
You see that
That was
you see
on
she
the
tells you that
wind
she
or-
lives in Alucard.
Alucard.
Colours in the wind.
If you write to her there, she will.
Can you-
Oh, don't worry.
Wiki that.
It's going on there.
If you write to her
these
in
are all the
Alucard,
notes from
you have
that,
an ally
um,
there, she will help you out.
Okay. Is there any symbols or identifiers to recognise others like us?
So she says, I'll teach you. Look in the centre of their eye, and then learn to look behind it. You will see the element people carry with them.
No, I just stare into her eyes.
You see, she says, look closer, and you see, she explains. Everyone will carry some of each element. Some will carry more of the others. We, the children of the elements, will carry far more of one of them. As you look into her eyes, you see a small little green dot, a small red dot, a small yellow dot, and a huge glowing grey energy that you recognise to be the element of the You, as a children of the element, can do that for anyone, and you'll get to know what their major governing element is. But that tells you much.
What was your element? Pain.
All my dots are black.
Everyone's free to go against this. I would imagine it is fire for Drizella, earth for Bigby, and probably earth again for Mordred. That's my take. But
It's just water. Because of your
I
tears.
think we asked this
True,
question.
true.
I think this was a hero for... Hold on a second. I think we did the 4 humours.
I don't think
Because
it was
I
an
went
official
down,
question.
I went down a humour rabbit hole
You
of
did.
allied humours.
I think we did Myers-Briggs type, and that got us onto the discussion
No,
of
no.
other personality tests. No?
No. We did something up. That was going to be the question, but then Chris showed up and we were like, no, this is too complicated, so we changed the hero point question at the last minute.
I would have thought we'd
But yes.
Possibly. I was thinking Earth in terms of like personality, like solid, sturdy.
Yeah, I would have
reliable.
said Earth.
Same with Mordred, kind of.
Yeah.
He's solid, sturdy, and reliable.
Was it reliable
I
to
think
get
he would
the-
also have
very
a
reliable
strong
to
presence of
get
water.
the
Mm.
But like,
Okay. The item I just received is now canonly known as Daddy's Hourglass.
Daddy's hourglass.
the hand of God plucks it from you and crushes it.
The wiki is going to have Darian's hourglass, just so you know.
I appreciate that.
I'll just like stroke it and be like, Daddy, can I have this?
And that's a one use you feel as well.
Wiki
Yes, that-
privileges.
Yeah. Wish-ish spell. It's a wish-ish spell.
Wishes.
A lesser wish.
Spell.
Is this more or less powerful than the one that you gave me? The leprechaun one that I had.
Oh, way less powerful than that.
Yeah.
I would have let you almost.
And I wasted it on giving you a hand,
Yeah.
which was still feathery anyway.
What was the
Giving them a hand would have been an 8th level spell.
Yeah, okay.
Damn.
Like, if that's what you want to compare it to.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, you need regenerate to get back on.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, sorry.
I had to use it first.
And as for the other question, because she says, Keeper Amera Highsun is the one in charge. You see, she says, I think it's some sort of religious temple. I know they worship the sunlit lady here.
The sunlit lady.
She says, I think that's what the festival's about. I don't really know a lot. I've only been in town a couple of days, and they all seem to. They all, they tend to pray and do the prayer and that, but there's not a lot going on about it. If that makes sense.
So it's not like a.
So you just like the old chick
It seems like a very loose religion, not like a very
Yeah.
structured.
because everyone's on
I don't know if
the
you've been down Radish Charlotte, but it's nothing like their church. That's for sure.
She's
Okay.
like somehow managed to give herself a fake tan.
Very well. I will have to go and investigate this tap and perhaps chat to this Amira.
Amera Highsun. You see, she says, I haven't met her, but the Commerce Guild that I spoke to, they all seemed fairly nice. It seems like the town likes this festival. A bit of coin's always good. You see, she says, if you need anything else, please ask. And Rissa sends you on your way.
Well, that was a good
That
visit.
was not expected.
You're like,
I
I'm
was
not
like,
going
I'm
to do
getting
anything.
scammed.
I'll
and
find
that
my
was-
parentage at a carnival. I'll find my parentage at a carnival stall on a curio shelf.
I don't know,
Nice.
that's perfect for Darian, to be
Totally. It's awesome.
You just flow where the wind blows.
Yeah.
Love. Right. Does anyone want to do anything else before the tornado begins?
Oh, I'm gonna go
No.
find Drizella and give her the.
I'd be heading back to the others after I stab the child.
Before the tornado begins, did we want to grab Zip?
Sorry.
Did we want to grab Zip?
Oh yeah, sounds lovely.
I'm
Want to do
eating
anything
dessert.
before that?
I would
use the
love a
bathroom
little
real quick. I need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, do you see?
The entrance to the tornado field. What do you do?
Mordred's hiding the toy behind his back and says, how did the tarot go?
Oh, the tarot was excellent. If you get the opportunity to go and have your fortune read by Vence Kendance, you should absolutely take the opportunity. Beware of the small child with a big hole in the back of his hand, though.
Was
He
the hole
is.
there before you went in there?
It is hard to know whether or not I simply made, whether I simply hit one that was already there. I didn't see it beforehand.
Anyway, I got you this!
Oh, goodness.
And I'll shove the kind of ugly looking,
Plushy undead.
Plushy skeleton. Plushy.
Oh!
They didn't have a hand. I thought I could get you a little element, but they didn't have that. So I thought maybe you could chop the hand off this one and it would look similar.
Yeah, but it might just all come undone like last time.
All his stuffing falls out of his dead arms. Yeah, but Drizella's wary about chopping hands off with anyone. Drizella is really touched and doesn't quite, and so she doesn't quite know how to respond. And she takes it. She goes, "Thank you," and then she sort of moves her rusty implements out of the way and sticks it in her bag with his little sort of plushy sort of undead arm sticking out the top of the bag, and sort of squashes it down. So thank you, Mordred. Thank you.
Does Mordred have like any pockets or anything?
Who am I giving that
He's
to?
got pockets.
I got no.
Because I only won like a little hard candy, but I want to try to sneak it on you.
Aw.
So like you can just like find it one time, just be like, look, candy.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Mordred's got some
Yeah.
pockets in his, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
pants or, like, coat
Stealth
jacket.
check.
Yep, thievery actually. To pick
So
something.
is it more skeleton undead or zombie undead?
Skeleton.
On the scale of undead things.
Skeleton and
16,
skeleton
17
and
on thing.
Just so that I'm clear what I'm adding to my inventory.
Mordred notices as you put it in
Plushy undead.
I don't say anything.
his love. That's so sweet. Alrighty. As you all heading
I'm adding that to my inventory.
to the toilet, you all part ways.
Candy. It gives you 1 HP or something.
You all part your ways. Darian, Bigby, you head off to register for the archery tournament.
Yeah.
Mordred, you're heading off to register for the joust.
Yep.
Is there a fee?
There is an entry fee, yes.
That's negotiable.
No.
No, certainly it is not.
I am going to volunteer for the first aid providers and try and negotiate money off the. I do not have diplomacy as a skill. But basically, I'm offering free Medicaster support in exchange for potentially money off entry fee.
Yeah.
Aw.
As you do, you kind of try to explain it to the person. They say, "Oh, you're here with Vale, are you? Head round the back."
I sure I can just head round the back.
you
It's
head
like that's my level of diplomacy. Like, all right.
you
Oh,
falling and screaming as you see someone reaving intestines off a table back inside someone. As you see, they say,
Drizella's
"Calm down, you big baby." As you see,
Drizella's found a love interest.
needle start to sew up their stomachs. As you see,
Everyone's good.
Thornwell Vale, your old mentor.
Yes, exactly. So cool.
As you hear this going, "Ow! Ow!" You see, as he finishes off the stitching work, you see he says, Eczema, pass the medication.
Eczema.
You see two other who look like very much have the look of trainees, kind of stunned and mullet expression. They don't wear their masks, but this sort of an outfit, just as an outfit sort of thing.
I quite like their boots. Oh, yeah, I might steal those. That's nice.
You see, Eczema seems to be one of the big boots as they bump into the
valid.
other and say, "Sorry, Asthma," and then hurry over.
No.
As you see, Thornwell rolls his eyes, sits up the patient, then seems to hand the man several silver pieces and says, "Off you go," and sends him off away from the festival. Unclear entirely what was going on. Do you say hello, or are you just going to hang back?
Oh no, I walk forward and I go, Master Vale, good to see you.
As you see, is that Drizella? Good to see you. You've got yourself some decent outfits for once.
I acquired them from a lesser known, lesser talented medicaster.
You see, he says, "You have earned your mask and gloves, I see. Well done, well done." He, shakes your hand with blood still on his glove.
I shake it back.
Squelch.
I smile and go, "You need not be clean, you need only be necessary."
He says, the family motto. You are here for work.
I have come to my friends insist on entering the tourney. I thought it may be fun to patch them up afterwards.
Excellent, excellent. Always something interesting to be seen at a tourney.
Indeed.
And you see, he gives you the basic rundown of what they're going. And you see, after that, he then says, this is Asthma and Eczema, my most recent trainees. They are not worth the suits they wear yet, but we hope. We hope. And pray.
In Weazenich.
You see, that seems to be the entire setup. Is those three, a shelf full of painkillers, some stitching, and some, very basic bare bones supplies.
Well, is there painkillers?
Drizella happily puts her bag on the side and lovingly lays out her rusty saw and her syringe and some ugly looking scissors and smiles. It's as close to being home as she would want to get. In fact,
you see a large box labelled healing potions, and then underneath, in what you'd recognise as his handwriting, "Keep locked."
valid.
We will intermittently cut back to the four of you. Darren, I think we'll do you.
Thorn,
last.
Drizella, and the
Yeah,
interns.
I was just going to say...
Hospital drama.
Would Elmira... I'd be trying to find Elmira. So if she's, watching the tourney, I'd be trying to, go that way.
You pretty quick... Actually, give me a perception check really quick.
That is a... 17.
17 will do it. You see I'll chuck up the tourney field now. It's not to scale, it's just to get our bearings. You see at one part what looks to be like a champion's box, the royal box, basically. Best view in the house sort of thing. Huge, not windows, but it's more like a balcony sort of thing with a covering. You would see a dwarven woman, great big orange beard, noble dress sort of thing, waiters all around, who you would assume to be Lady Amira. You see as well several other people sitting there. There's an elf, there's an orc, there's a human and what looks to be a dwarf. We'll do Bigby next. Bigby, as you have, there's a big sign that says register for archery tournament here. You see, as you help, they take some basic stuff. Name, where are you from, occupation. What do you say for occupation? Fantastic. You see, the person kind of gives you a look over and writes it down and says, now, are you bringing your own kit, or do you need us to supply you?
I can bring my own kit, thank you.
And if present your arrows for inspection.
What is that?
You see, picks them up, looks at them, whacks them against the counter a bit, and says, I look standard bow.
Yep.
checks her over again, and runs that. You see someone who has the look of a mage, kind of the back of this little booth sort of thing, window that you're talking to them. Mage comes up, waves their hand over, gives a nod. Just a little inspection check. And say, right, now the cup for first place is 150 gold pieces. There's an entry fee of 12 silver.
Okay, yeah, done.
12 silver they take.
Is there a price for second or third? No.
He says, oh yes, second is 100, third is 50.
Nice.
And there's a 10 silver purse, 10 gold purse to anyone in the top 10 in the last round.
Alright.
He says, open entry, there's plenty of people to fight against.
Yeah.
He says, right, do you have a crest at all? No, most people don't, that's alright. You see, he writes your name on a piece of wood, hands it to you, says, give that to the judges later. This is your paperwork, don't lose it. And some chalk, should you need it, and just small spoon of chalk. He says, off that way, over that way, over that way, wait till your turn. You see you have a kind of view on the sidelines with a lot of the other archers. You see lots of people are in the archery tournament. A lot of them seem to be seen as like seats erected for the people in the archery tournament to watch the first half of the tournament, and then they come on. Give me a perception check, see if you spot anyone interesting.
21.
You spot, in amongst all you'd expect to see, there's lots of people who look kind of like guards or adventurers here. You see a couple of older people. You see what looks to be, like a baker's woman here with kind of a homstrung bow that looks a bit rickety and not sure if it'll last very well. You see a great big bushy beard man with a bow of steel and iron. You see what looks to be a half giant there with a crossbow. All sorts of men around. Lots of people for the archery. A lot less people lining up for the joust, which I'm assuming is where Mordred's going.
Yeah.
Just before we move,
Yes.
a couple of things I want to do.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Absolutely.
Just doing some stretches,
Mhm.
making sure I'm feeling my body.
Right.
Checking the sights, making sure everything's lined up. My arrows aren't too bent or crooked from them banging on them.
Yeah, give us a crafting check. Just make sure everything's in order.
It's like a D20 and then it rolled to a 2. So that'll be a 16.
16 still, you're not going to sabotage yourself with a 16.
Okay.
You look over, you're not going to be able to do anything useful, but you check it all, seems fine.
Sure.
Absolutely. You see the baker's woman next to you. Big, kind of pink dress, bits of flour on it, what do you call it, apron, kind of veil over the top. Says, you've got your tail on that one's a little crooked. He points out one of your arrows where the tail feathers are kind of peeled off a bit that you need to fix up.
Ooh, thank you for that. Nice.
Oh, you're very welcome, you're very welcome. Feeling lucky today?
I try to make my own luck.
Oh, I like that. That's very good. Very good. Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
You see she kind of wanders off slowly a little ways away. Kind of keeping to herself. Mordred will move to you. You head up, you see a lot less people lining up for the joust. Same thing, little window box sort of thing. Seems to be a person there, keeping notes on the page in the background, someone else. You see you wander up the same, same thing. Name.
Mordred.
They ask where are you from?
Around.
You see they put vagrant.
Yeah. No fixed abode.
Traveller.
Transient. You see you see that point, they kind of a little bit look over you and say, "Lad, do you have a horse?
No.
Do you have a lance?
No.
Do you want to be hiring them?"
Yes.
And you see they
Has
say,
Mordred ever
Have
ridden?
any gold or
Has
something?
Mordred ever ridden a horse?
You give
Yeah, he trained with the knights. He's got this.
and you see they look over you and they say, "Can I have a look at your shield?" You see the mage again. Kind of goes. Gives a nod. Says, "Right, shield, son."
It's very obviously the Craven symbol, just with a sword instead of a shield.
You see the person providing the account says, "Right, the horse hire is 1 gold."
One
Whoa.
goal.
Yeah, it's a war horse. You see that? Does Mordred protest?
I don't have a gold. Well, I've got 2 gold, but that's all I have.
You see, he says, "Well, that's up
Drusella.
to you to make. Some life's full of hard decisions."
Drusella will hire a horse.
Yeah.
Oh,
Horse is 1 gold. You see, since the lances are 5. Actually, let me check the price. Of
I'll
lances.
hide the
I think they're
equipment for
quite
Mordred and whisper to Mordred, this is why we don't give away the gold to all the peasants.
expensive. Oh dear me.
It's a,
And you've got to take that back out.
it's a learning opportunity.
I'll say, it's
Listen.
okay, maybe I could do the sword fight instead.
No, I hire Mordred's equipment.
I mean, I wouldn't want to get a horse hurt anyway.
Oh, God.
Sorry, I actually got those numbers the wrong way around.
Yeah,
Horse hire is 5 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Lances are 1 gold apiece.
I don't think I can afford. I don't think we can afford
I've
that.
got 8 gold overall. I've spent everything.
So you're getting ordered 3 lances?
Yeah, and a horse.
Oh no! I'll say
It's
no.
alright, I've got a plushie.
No, I'll
I don't mind
much gold
putting
you
some
got?
gold in.
Okay. I've got 40 gold.
You see, as the
I'll
3 of you
split it with
gather
you.
around,
Horse.
pooling your money, you see the
That's
person
a lot.
behind the counter
Yeah, that's
says,
because he's rich.
Lad, have you ever jousted before?
And Mordred keeps
A few
giving his
times.
away.
Alright, good. Well,
I'm saving
you'll
up
know
for
then that you're likely to break your lances as you go. It's
Yeah.
3 runs in a game, so each round you'll need
I'll
about
get
you'll
up
need
in 4 if I
as
put
many
4.
lances as you might have. You might break all 3 on the first round. You can hire them as you go, though. So I'd get 3 for your first round, and then if you're stealing, you can worry about it after that, eh?
Okay.
4 gold each.
Very well.
Yep.
Okay.
4 gold each.
Yep.
You hand
You
over the
better
money.
win.
I don't
want
have
this
that much
back.
gold. I have
We
like,
use
Mordred
this,
silver
like-
to gold ratio again. Maybe I do have a lot of gold. I have 200 silver. What's
That's
that?
20 gold.
20. Okay, that's not too bad. So if
Oh,
you
I
need
do
some gold,
have
I can...
silver. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was just looking at my gold.
Yeah, because we all have 200 silver.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one that's actually converted to gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still expensive, though. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a reason nobles are
It's
on-
almost as expensive as having your tarot read with Vince Kendon.
No, but
Especially
it's
if
a
they
priceless
successfully rob you.
experience.
Yeah.
It was an experience. It was excellent.
You see they hand you a small wooden cutout of your crest that you see has been hastily painted by that third person in the back while you've been standing there. You do that, you do some paperwork, and you see a horse is brought round for you.
What does the horse look like?
Roll a d20.
Oh, God. It's got 3 legs.
If you roll a 1, it might have 3 legs, yeah.
So long as I can
Oh,
have the
that's
leg.
pretty good. What do I add to it?
This is a d20 luck check.
16, so 17.
17. 17. You see a dark grey horse, black speckles. Its mane has like 1
Nice.
strand of silver hair. Not for
Oh,
mane.
it's like mine.
Yeah, it's got a trauma streak. You see, it looks to be a well-fed, well-maintained, healthy horse. You see, it's brought around. You see 3 lances attached to its saddle. As you see the reins ahead to you. Give me an animal handle. Give me a nature check. You immediately see how the horse reacts to you.
Nature's check, yeah?
Nature. Yeah.
How many?
16.
16. That's exactly the DC you need to beat. You see the horse that kind of nods to you.
I'll give it a little scratch on it.
It's like a few times.
Aw.
And follows you along as you head off to the area you're told to head off to.
Okay.
Sandil, you've got a place you can watch. Gaston's up first, so not as much you need to watch. Awesome. Gary,
I slip an apple to the horse.
yes. Are you heading into the seats to watch the tourney?
Yeah,
The seats and
absolutely.
the stands,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
thing? Yeah,
I'm just gonna watch.
That one is 5 silver entry.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay,
Pay
you paid 5 silver.
Yeah.
Are you heading? Are you gonna? Are you looking for anyone particularly you want to sit near? Are you gonna make chit chat? Are you gonna do anything like that?
You should have canapes. Just saying.
So there's this lady in the box, Amira.
Yeah, quite a few.
She has a specific outfit, I assume. Is there anyone in the stands themselves that seems like they have similar outfits?
Oh, give me a perception check.
That is 27 according to everything.
27. You have a look at this human, the dwarf woman or the human woman in the box?
The dwarf woman.
Dwarf woman. Ignore that then. You have a look at this dwarf woman in the box.
I love it.
The most generic dwarven lord art you've ever seen. You have a look. You see she has emboldened on her collar, both of them, yellow suns. You recognise them as they're also on the collar of the mag signals who you were in. You saw a couple of suns in the halls. Theirs were done in orange style, not in yellow.
Are the Manson brothers good?
They are indeed. You see most of the Order 11 fighters around here watching. And in fact, if you go sit with them, if you like, the wizards are together, the teenage girl nearby, Titus you can't really see, and then the brothers are nearby there as well.
Absolutely.
A teenage girl.
Like, look at how good he
I think
looks.
that's the least of Darian's concerns.
Meanwhile, he's just shaking.
That's
there.
what I would do if I was the audience.
Yeah.
That's probably a more big move than
It totally is.
Lara.
Yeah, I'll just go sit beside them and,
so handsome.
make petty small talk.
And Gush. Oh, bunch, you're all of you in together.
Yeah, I'll just make some pretty small talk with the Sun dudes. Ask them how the tournament's going.
Are you going to be doing our events at the same time?
We'll do like first round of yours, second, third, and on and on.
Have a chance to chat to me.
Yeah. So we'll do that. That's how we'll run it. Mechanically, like in the story, it'll be there's the welcome speech, there's the jousting, then there's melee.
So you'll be separate.
Yes, it'll be separate.
Okay, cool.
So you could.
Because I've
be
actually
an
got a
audience
feat I
for
want to
jousting.
use to try to help.
Awesome. I'm happy for that.
So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so Mordred goes first, and then you go, or you can go talk to Mordred before. You would see the people waiting for.
I need to know more.
That you probably won't. That you probably wouldn't know until the match starts. So if you can use it from the sidelines, you can use it. But if you need to be like talking to Mordred to use it, you probably won't.
If you want me to trim a scenes Mordred, I'm more than welcome to.
I must be able to see both of them.
Yeah, that's fine. You can see both of them.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me say that I have to talk.
Cool. What are the traits that it has?
So basically, it's called Connected Dots.
Yeah, sorry, just real quick. It'll have a bunch of traits under the name, like probably.
Oh,
linguistic-
auditory. Yeah, okay. So that means they have to hear it.
Yeah,
So,
is it just auditory?
Auditory, concentrate, investigator, and linguistic.
Cool. So all they need to do is be able to see and understand it. So you
Okay.
can use that from a distance. Then.
I could have said no, but that's not that too complex. But yeah, basically, what it would do is if I crit succeed on it, or
Mhm.
succeed, then if I crit succeed, it'll work for the whole battle. If I only succeed, it only works for the next strike. But basically, it gives you my elite bonus.
Oh, cool.
My plus, my attack bonus thing. What's it called?
Plus, it's a +1 bonus for your pursuit level, I think.
Strategic striker.
As you're all settling in, you hear the sound of string instruments start to fill the arena.
Not that kind.
Not quite that kind. Fast speed, going faster and faster, moving along.
Nice.
YouTube videos never work. As you see three people, one of them with a tiny little viola, one of them with a fiddle, and one of them on a wheeled platform with an enormous double bass.
That's pretty cool.
As you hear, they call out. You see they each take turns talking as they make the announcement. As you see, they call out, "Hello, Pebble Creek! We are the Fiddlers 3, and we are honoured to introduce this year's Sunspire tournament." So they're playing grand entry songs. They move around, everyone starts clapping along. It's all good fun. As you see, Pragma dies down as the one on the smallest fiddle takes centre stage and says, "We would like to start by thanking Keeper Amira Haisung for keeping this tradition alive." You see Amira, the woman, stands up and waves. As well as our other noble guests, our own Ed Bask. As you see the Orcish man stands up, and at that point, Bigby, you recognise your old supervisor. Your old boss from work, Flycatcher. As he stands there, mouth still agape, this time with a gold tooth sat in his bottom jaw, a beautiful purple coat, rings on each finger, shaved head. He looks very much wealthier than he once was. He's made his own moves. The Honourable Ilda Montague of Spade Shipping, and you see a woman in a garish orange outfit wave along there. And the Vice Dean, Lord Devon Terry of the Erzatz University, and you see an elven man with a metal hand making a wave out to them.
So this be the second in command to being Maricosa.
Yep, Vice Dean is good. Absolutely. Darian, you would have spotted before there was also the dwarf sitting in the back of that box. He's not been introduced, which you think is maybe interesting. But moving forward, you see they make that. You see there's a brief welcome speech. We fight, this day to celebrate our friendships, to inspire courage and noble acts in everyone, and to see the skill that this world has to offer. But to start with, before the feats of strength, we remember what this day is about. So we would like to welcome the Pebble Creek players for this most brilliant moment. My lord, if we may. You see the keeper in the gives a nod, and you see the glowing sun that you're now sitting directly under fades down into almost darkness as then a spotlight.
Oh, that's
illuminates the middle
cool.
of the arena.
That's so cool.
You see what follows into a play, a reenactment of some old story that you're told happened many years ago. You see...
It's like they're telling the story of Hercules to introduce the Olympics.
Kind of, yeah. You see a woman comes on in a great resplendent yellow dress. You see a second spotlight stays on her, even brighter, stays on her throughout the whole play. As you see, she is the sunlit lady, and she falls in love with a mortal dwarf named Him. You see the two have two daughters who they named Dusk and Dawn. Dawn was a kind child, but Dusk was not. One of them studied magic under their mother, learning the ways to bring light and happiness to the world. They wanted to make a small son of their own to watch over the city. And you see the daughter and the mother making the small son over the city. The other Dusk took to dark magics and was not satisfied with what their mother could show them. And you see Dawn studying off of her, pouring through books, talking with all these hooded, strange figures coming and going off the stage. Using knowledge stolen from her mother, and you see Dusk creepingly stealing a book from her mother's bedside, she contacted the Nightmare King, who sent his cowardly high priest, Craven. And you see walking onto the stage, you see in the corner a figure in a great deer skull, pointing forward as a raven-headed figure comes onto the stage and begins whispering into Dawn's ears. In the battle between the Sunlit Lady and her evil, wicked child, the Sunlit Lady is wounded. You see Dawn flies off some sort of spell that leaves the Sunlit Lady wounded, and Dawn is defeated in turn. You see, as the Sunlit Lady is dying, their mortal lover lays them in a tomb of glass so that their light and beauty can shine down upon the city forevermore. And you see, as that happens, the great dome above them lights back up again, bringing the light back today. So cool. You see the Fiddler's Three end. And so it was that Dawn and her children would take the name High Sun and keep this city safe as its protectors, as she gave safety through her light and her grace. And always it was that they would bear two children each generation, one that would always be kind and one that would always betray. You hear various jeers and cries from the crowd, as you see one of the figures says, relevant today as ever with what has happened with Gretel in these tragic events of recent times. It's this little moment of her pause almost.
Well, I'm glad I didn't have the Craven shield.
You see, after that little introductory play, the tourney begins in earnest. Oh, pardon me.
God, I had more questions than answers.
Yeah,
from
that's so cool.
It's a very cool story.
Mordred,
Great.
we will start with you, and then we'll do the first round of the outro.
Okay.
I'm
Mordred,
ready for the injuries and the blood.
Absolutely.
Huh. I
And
don't mind if
you
it's
see
yours or
for
someone
the
else.
jousts, they divide the arena in two. The big set of wooden lines down the bottom. You have to charge at the opponent. It is... I'm alright. If the opponent's last breaks, you get 1 point. If you have them drop their shield or drop their lance, that's 2 points.
Yep.
If you de-seat them, that's 3 points. If you take 3 runs, if you de-seat them, it's a victory.
Yep.
3 runs, most points at the end.
Okay.
So very simply, just going to be 3 attack rolls. If you are hit, then you make an animal handling check to stay in control and on top of the horse. Failing that, you'll be sat. Succeed on that, you just drop your shield.
Yeah.
Make sense?
And I assume I can't use magic for this.
You would have been told the rules for this no magic. Absolutely.
Okay.
Alright, can I use my check now on the phone?
Sure can.
So I make a perception check against the higher of the non-allied creature's deception
Perception or will. That'll probably be will for them. Yep, will.
So 29.
Critical success.
Okay, so that means that I spot away from my ally to take advantage of the other target's flaws, and I'll let them know about it. They gain my pursuer lead, which is +1. Investigation. To all strikes or skill checks against the creature until the start of your next turn.
Nice.
Cool. Awesome. So you'll get +1 for this.
Can I do a thing as well? Can I use my class features, not the magical stuff?
Absolutely. So as long as it's not a spell, it doesn't have the magical trait, you're welcome to.
Cool. So can I use my oracle stuff?
Yeah.
I'm going to cast my oracular warning to begin with, which will give me bonus to initiative if there is initiative, and then I'm going to cast Whispers of Weakness on my opponent, and I'm just going to get myself to a level 2 curse. So there's just a raven flying, or a crow flying above me.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm just filling with anxious energy as I walk in.
You see the announcers. You see several people joust before. You see them going. You see people just thrown from their horses. You see a couple of people where the lance breaks and bits of wood penetrate the armor into them, creating horrible injuries. You see Drizella coming out, pulling out bits of wood, helping more or less helping them out. Sometimes just
Helping them
dragging
out.
off the field.
Yeah.
You've been injured way worse than that, Mordred. You got it. You're fine. Don't be nervous.
And you see then it comes to your turn. You see one of the attendants there says, "On you go, lad, on you go." You see them stand at the start at the judge's signal. You can charge.
Okay.
You see as you head up, you see your opponent on the other side is introduced as you see. Sorry, come on. You see, and next, Mordred.
Just Mordred.
Just Mordred. That is it.
Actually, can I say that I said Mordred LeFay?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
First, we have Mordred LeFay. So you see there is a bit of a murmur through the crowd. Woo! Darren, give me a perception check.
Mordred!
No,
Mordred,
20.
raises
20.
his lance towards Bigby and Drizella.
the dwarf who you don't know the identity of fully stands up in the booth, looks over, and then walks out the back.
Uh-oh.
Disappearing from you.
I will follow him.
Yeah, I was going to say, good idea.
Yeah, you're going to try and take a look for it?
Yeah.
Awesome, you will miss the battle.
Oh, that's right.
I'll give you a
Facing
follow.
off against Eric Sapling. And you see a rider of about your age who is also a changeling. Grey skin, pointed ears. They seem to have fur like a bear or an animal covering their arms instead of your face. You see a much older knight, probably in his 60s or so, silvered hair, blue coat. Seems to be helping him from the side. He's giving advice from horses that take a step back. Clapping for that sort of thing. So the two of you square up on opposite sides of the ring. As you see, the judge holds aloft a hand and goes, 1! And you're free to charge.
Okay.
It's your attack roll.
So
The two of you are galloping across the stage, lances pointed towards each
So
other.
I've got +2 from my battle oracle, and
Yep.
then +1 from you,
Plus
and
one
then
from
+1 from the sun.
Not at the moment. Seems like the competition, you're not going to get that +1 bonus.
All right, that's fair.
Because they'd both get it.
Do you know what that was?
Oh.
Yeah.
Good start.
Hero point could be an embarrassing time to finish.
Mordred almost falls off his saddle and then adjusts himself.
It has been a while since he does.
Oh my god, that's the worst thing I could possibly roll
10.
right now. Yeah, so that's a 27.
27.
Drizella rolls her eyes at Mordred.
Wow. Nat 1 on the other person.
Yes!
It was nearly a nat 1
miss
battle.
your shield. You strike them well and true. Critical hit. They roll with a penalty to see if they can stay atop their horse.
Mordred said, I'm sorry.
They cannot. They are, with a horrible fail, you don't just dehorse them, they fly a good 10 feet through the air and poof, crash into the ground. As you circle around, as you get the crowd, this is like 4 or 5 matches in, and this is the most interesting thing they've seen so far.
Do they look okay? The
Drizella's
You see, for a few moments they sit there completely still, and then they go, "Oh!" as they sit up.
Drizella's sent out asthma and eczema,
Is that a round one knockout?
wheezing.
That's round one knockout done. You won the
Nice.
first round of the
Yeah.
jazz.
And you didn't break the
You see Drizella standing there and dispatches asthma and eczema
Yeah.
to pull him off the field.
You see 2 seconds before he sits up, Thornwell Vale goes over and says, top rib slightly cracked, no long-term injuries, still be fine. And then he sits up.
I'm keeping them occupied. Busy hands.
So he says, that was not a criticism. Keep them away. Peace and rest will do me well. You see he's dragged off. You
Keep you
see
guys
the
free for
older
the serious
knight
injuries.
The fun stuff.
staring at you with a profound hatred. Proper murder in
It's gonna
his eyes.
upset me.
Can I message him to
worn
his
scout.
head?
Yeah, please.
I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your night. I'm just doing this to help my friends.
What?
They
From
could.
where comes your name, boy?
Oh.
I don't answer my message.
You see he fully starts to cross the field. So he's at the southern side, you're at the northern side. He is walking along the dirt as they're unpacking, as you put off your horse, start taking off the stuff. He's charging towards you, fury in his face,
Okay.
a rancid scowl.
Is he coming to attack me?
He doesn't look like he doesn't have a weapon drawn or anything,
Yeah.
but he looks very angry.
Come back into the.
Would I notice this from the crowd?
Yep.
On the sidelines? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Darian's gone, Drizella, you're
I'm
also
gonna stand
nearby.
up.
Oh, I'm standing there.
Move next to
Like, this is a restricted area.
Mhm.
Do you have an injury? Do you need an injury?
You see he says, I need to cause an injury, I think.
Now, unless you have an injury, you can't come back here. If you want an injury, so you can come back here, I can
Ooh.
arrange that.
You see he says, I have business with that knight. And nods towards Morgan.
This knight currently embroiled in business. Maybe you should check on the one that's fallen over back there. Asthma and eczema are dealing with it.
LaFay!
Come
here.
Oh dear.
Should we use that name?
Yeah, it's a parenting
It's
issue.
got a negative connotation at times.
Yeah, it doesn't do well in these situations, does it? No.
Mordred
Drizella's
will
like, no.
walk over.
You see he walks
You
over,
make your choices.
and you see he takes out a sword from behind him and drops the one blade. You see he says, from where did you get your name?
Ooh.
Can I
Yeah, you
seek
do.
motive? Does this person seem to be kneeling as a gesture of respect,
Hmm.
or as a threat?
Can Drizella also
Yeah, that's
perception?
Mhm.
Mm.
I'd say kneeling's-
That's a 17.
Do I have to
Yeah.
injure this man? Because you look really tough.
17.
Yeah.
Can't get a read on this guy. He looks angry still,
Yeah.
but he's kneeling.
I get my name from someone who was close to me, who I'm not really connected to anymore.
So he looks up to you and you see he says, who raised you?
My mother.
Mm.
Lady Morgana.
Mm.
Any high?
Oh no. Mm. Drizella's standing
Mm.
behind Mordred with the intent of injuring this man if he causes Mordred any harm.
Yeah, so.
That's one of the names she's known as.
She's a cow. Well, she's a raven, but yeah, we don't like her.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, we're not a fan.
She's serious.
We met briefly. She's bad.
So he says, "I have
Like,
looked
she
for you
stole
for a
my
long
hand.
time, lad.
Oh god.
I thought I had found you." So his head turns briefly to his apprentice, who's been a knight with him off the horse. He says, "Yeah, the lad was of the right age. Yes.
But furry.
You were raised by Morgana Le Fay.
I was.
I thought she'd given you up." And you see the hand you saw. So he says, "My name is Lancelot, and I'm at."
What? Yay!
Ah,
I'll say you don't
Drizella
need to be at my
shrugs.
service. I'm nobody. I'm just trying to get a whip from my mother. If anything, I should serve you. You seem like a noble person.
You see, he says, "You do not accept my blade."
I
He's
hiss.
got a much cooler blade.
I hit in Mordred's head. Seems nicer than your mother. I would take his blade. Well, I would, metaphorically, I
I'm
think.
going to collect like 15 swords.
I'll take the blade in my hands.
Give me a society check.
Oh god.
Give me a perception check.
Yep.
What? Oh my god.
15.
Drizella, give me a perception check.
13 on society.
You see, you're not quite sure what the next thing to do is. You see, he says, now tap my shoulder with the blades.
26.
Oh, he wants you to knight him.
You see, he says, hold the blade in your hand, tap each of my shoulders in turn with the blades.
Okay.
He says, he stands up, reaches for the blade. He takes it back. He says, my blade is yours whenever you would have it. Mordred, your name is.
Mordred, yeah.
It is not what your father would have called you, but I'm glad to hear it.
You might need to invest in a round table.
Yeah.
As Bigby is
You're not
grabbed
close.
from behind,
Oh!
his mouth covered, and whisked around a corner.
Okay.
Oh, your perception. What was your
Bloody
perception?
brother. Yeah, 15. I rolled 2 on the dice.
Oh.
Didn't notice. Totally caught by surprise.
Have
I was
I
so
noticed
engaged with
anything?
this interaction.
Nope,
Oh my
Wait,
god.
no.
they beat your perception.
Oh, I wouldn't have been interested in Big Big. Well, I'm
Oh.
watching this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I want
There's,
to
an
be
old,
watching
there's
him.
an old knight who's pledging fealty to Mordred.
With a 26, Drizella is confused.
Yeah.
Drizella does
Lancelot,
not get
like
this.
remotely as famous in like this
Oh, yeah.
world
Oh, yeah.
as he is like.
So you can
like
do
we
society
know.
checks, but yeah, probably it's a fair bet you've probably heard.
Yeah.
Drizella's the third one.
Oh, are we still in the
Sorry,
scene?
I
Or
Yeah, no, we're still in.
Mordred will say, you know my father?
I knew him.
It's family law night.
Is he alive?
You don't know
Until
of
he's
your
had a couple
parents.
weeks off work. It's just like,
No, I was adopted
It's Thursday
by
night law. Love
Morgana.
it.
I'm not actually her son.
No, I'm aware. I didn't think she would do that. That was good of her, I suppose, and right to
Are you my father?
No,
God.
no.
yeah, my brother stopped me from
You see Carson showing says,
Well,
there is much we must discuss, but I would not deprive the world of your debut and your skill. You have entered this competition well, now leave it better. You see, he says, do yourself proud, do me proud, do your father proud. Win this contest and then we shall talk.
Thank you. I'll come find you after the tournament.
You see, he says, lad, I shall not leave.
What?
You see, he says, I shall not leave, I shall be watching.
Oh, I thought you said I shall not live.
Yeah, I thought that. We all thought that. We were
I
like,
have like 2 minutes left to live. He's the
I will
final
be
one.
dead by the end of the tourney. And I'm like,
Lad,
no, you
I
won't.
shall not leave.
Right, no, that makes more sense. We're
And
okay.
you see he repeats, I have looked for you my entire life.
And now that I've found
shall
you,
wait one
I'm fine to die. Bang.
I'm
I
like,
know you're alive.
I
for
can
my
do-
purpose is fine.
I can do stuff
finally
about
rest.
that if you need
Like
me to
Yoda.
die.
And you
Just
see-
like he
you
just
see
fades
grabs
away.
a lock at the end.
I'm just waiting for us to meet Merlin, and he just dies as we see it. Like, just
Yeah, it probably will actually.
Yeah.
That's a good call. Just
Let's go, lad. If that was
Yeah,
any
it's like-
indication, I
now
think
have
you
the
should do well.
torch.
Right. Thank you.
Drizella says, he seems nicer than your mum.
I don't know what's going
Everyone's
on.
nice.
You beat him up as you look at asthma and
I
eczma,
think he's got me
wheezing and
confused for someone
dropping
else.
skin flakes
You
all
see that
over
when
this.
Lancelot leads to the to Eric. To
Fucking Lancelot. Oh my god.
That is so cool.
Good call with Mordred Le Fay. That saved a lot of fucking around.
Yeah.
Did Big
Was Lancelot carrying
you're
the
grabbed
lances?
by
or-
about 6 people. One hand over your
Oh,
mouth,
God.
2 under each arm on the legs, and just fully pull
So cool.
around the corner, drag, heel in the dirt as they all pull you, and then throw you on the ground.
Uh-oh.
You are quite far away. You can give me a athletics check to try to break, to try to like struggle as they're dragging if you like, but it's 6 people versus you, so it's a high pass. Yeah, cool. It's like you could do it, but they're gotcha.
And I think Big B's smart.
You see towering over in front of you, a flycatcher, big coat, brass knuckles, metal boots, huge club. As you see, he says, "Big Big, these ain't been kind to you.
It's a great look.
Not as kind as they have been to you, I see.
I've been doing all right. Hogsons have promoted me.
I see.
I run Hogco for this corner of the world now.
Ah, good to hear.
So he says, I believe you left me with something last time we met.
Do I have to remember what he said?
You think back, the last time you probably would have met him would have been when you led the siege against the Hogsons. But you don't remember a lot that night. You were in a rage for a while.
Yes.
As you see, he says, boys, get him on the ground. You see, they kick out your legs and they start kicking you as you're down.
Ow.
Give me an endurance. Give me a fortitude save. So it's like withstand the assault.
I understand your anger, sir, but could you please, injure me after I finish the tournament?
As you see, he says, all right, he's got a tournament. You realize we're in the presence of such a skilled person.
Fortitude was 25.
Wonderful. You're not meaningfully hurt by this. You lose some hit points, but we're not going to bother trying. You see, they stop after a bit, and you see he says, now that we're even on that beating you gave me last time, all I've got left to take is a tooth. You see, he shows the gold tooth he has. But I'm less interested in collecting that. I think perhaps we can work out a different deal. You're going to do me a favour.
Okay, what would that be?
There's a witch in the dungeons of the castle's keep. You're going to kill her for me.
This Gretel character?
That's Gretel. As I told you, he was smart. Proper mystery solver.
That's me. I think that's pretty reasonable. What's she done to you?
Doesn't like me getting close with her sister. We're betrothed, you see. So to marry. They say this witch is taking vengeance out on people in the streets. Figure it's only a matter of time before she comes for me. You get rid of her, I'll give you and your friends some money. You'll leave the town with your kneecaps intact. What's not to love?
Sounds like a good deal to me.
Bloody brilliant.
You drive a better bargain than you used to, that's for sure.
I've seen the ways. Why beat people up when you can hire people to beat them for you?
True. Sometimes the carrot is more effective than the stick.
You see, he thinks for properly 10 seconds, can't think of something witty, and just walks off.
You only need a carrot.
I think that's the best quote you've ever said. Is you only need a carrot.
It's my management mantra.
Yeah.
It's on my office wall.
I think I'm going to keep that and use it as my management mantra.
Yeah, it's on my wall.
Is that because if they don't?
You can choose
Just
which
think of
orifice
the
the
stick.
carrot is.
Oh.
No, you can choose which orifice. You can either eat the carrot. No, you can either eat the carrot or I'll shove it up your ass like a rocket. Yeah, up to you. Whichever you'd prefer. You only need a carrot. Don't need to invest in two things.
Crazy.
Yes.
We're going to move on to round one of the archery tournament. You see,
That's what you
this
learn
one,
on frat.
the targets are paced halfway along the field. Everyone lines up. You get 3 arrows. You have to, do the best.
Score.
Not so much best score at the moment. This is qualifying round. So this is anyone who scores over 30 or so. Yes. So 3 rolls. Sorry. Anyone who scores over 50 with 3 rolls. So you have 3 attack rolls with you add them together. If it's over 50, you roll.
No multiple attack penalties.
No multiple attack penalties this one because it's 1 round. Wait, it's not 1 round. So no multiple round. So this is your first attack roll.
So can I use my bonus thing with the strategic strike?
Doesn't work with objects because you're shooting at a archery target.
Depression. It's devised strike.
Yeah, devise the strength.
Success a flow's weakness in combat. Yeah, so that it's a creature you can say. So yes and no.
So unfortunately not.
Okay. Okay, so 20 on the first attack. That is a 25 on the next.
Yep, so that's
I'm an
45.
5.
So as long as you get a 5, you qualify.
Yeah, that's it.
What's the numbers exactly?
31.
31. Right.
Yeah.
31 bullseye.
No.
Third one you hit straight in. The other 2 you get in the blue. So black, red. Black, red, yellow. No. Hang on. These are your archery. What's that? I think it's black, blue, red, yellow, bullseye. So you get in the second closest to the bullseye for the other 2. One you get in the bullseye. It's very clear immediately to you. You're better than most of them. You see, most of the people hit the target.
Yes.
Some of them get it. You get 1 or 2 shots in kind of the middle half of the ring. Only you and about 5 or 6 others get 3 shots very consistently in the center. You see a little way down kind of a line of contestants. You see the Baker woman, 3 bullseyes.
Woo! Damn, who is this?
What? Closer, you see another. You see the fellow with a large beard also gets quite a few shots in. 2 bullseyes, 1 off the end, and a couple of other people do kind of similar sort of things to you. 1 bullseye and then a couple of other shots. You see they go through. You see a couple of judges go through, and you see just go next. Give me a wood. You're out. Through. Well done. Excellent shot, Matt.
Okay.
Well done. And take the wooden names of people who are out. The archers are moved. That's round of the archery competition. Nice, quick, sweet done. We'll do joust, and then second round of the archery competition, and then third round of the archery competition. We will resolve Darian's stuff now. You kind of wandered away. You expect the VIP thing to come out. Give me a luck check, I think, to start with. Actually, it will be survival.
I would like to do something as I'm turning the corner, as soon as I see it.
Yeah. So this is more or less just a find them.
I closed my laptop lid now. My survivor skills. Oh, that's not good. 8.
8. You have a bit of a hard time working out where the exit to that booth would be in relation to where you are. What's your plan for finding?
I'm going to send Aristotle one way, and I'm going to go the other way.
Love it. Give me another check. And I'll tell you, since you're using Aristotle, you can kind of fly high in the skies. You can do perception.
Okay, this slightly better. 17.
17. 17 will just do it. You see them heading towards
Towards me.
they seem to be heading towards where you've come out, the champion's entrance and where you're sitting.
So the champion's entrance would be where...
Champion's entrance is where Mordred and Big B and Zella, and then you're sitting near the champion's entrance, so you're roughly the same.
Okay, I will cast invisibility.
Yeah.
And just chill and follow. I deliberately keeping my distance, sending Aristotle hit a little bit.
Awesome. Give me another perception check. You get a good look at them as they come past. You see they're what looks to be a Duragar or a deep dwarf. They have stony skin, white silver hair, short big grey coat, side bag, very serious expression.
That almost looks like what he could.
Yeah.
14.
14, cool. You don't really pick up anything else at 14. We'll resolve that at the end of the second round.
Okay.
Biggie, Darian, you follow suit. Drizella,
Yes.
you see in the first round,
Yes.
see how the injuries go.
Yo, the injury tally.
It's about average. So you see there's no one's died yet. You see there's a couple of bad injuries. Someone loses a hand in the melee.
I have the hand.
The hand mysteriously disappears.
I'm
Probably
happy.
have to make a thievery check for that.
No, I'm keeping a hand chart in my notebook of
You
how
see
many hands I get.
Thornwell sees you putting the hand
Make a
away
necklace
and
of
just doesn't say anything.
No,
What a great bloke.
Yeah.
he's excellent.
You see one.
It is. You don't need to be clean. You need to be necessary. Is one my second favourite work mantra has been infection control hater.
You see
Sorry.
one guy who is down losing a lot of blood. You see Thornwell rattle through one of his many containers, pull out a truly yay big syringe about as thick as a Coke bottle, slam it down and then just pump something into him as he then goes and sits up and is fine. As you see,
Beautiful work.
interesting.
I ask him about his giant syringe.
You see, he says, I have been experimenting before humans. I believe an injection of 3 can stimulate the natural growth of the 4th.
Interesting.
I have injected bile, phlegm, and water, and thus stimulated the blood that he had lost.
Interesting. Giselle takes notes.
He says, of course, I've also just injected a bunch of bile and phlegm into him so that can reduce that response itself. Time will tell if he is okay. And he's gone in the crash. We'll take another one.
He's all right for now, so
Yes.
we'll count that as a success today. Excellent.
What a charmer.
You see you continue along.
Giselle is she's having such a great day. this is like the happiest you've ever seen Giselle. She's
If we
like,
could see your face.
she's like
Yeah.
elbow deep in blood and guts, hanging out with some
with-
dude who's injecting bile into people.
Watching Mildred feed an owlbear.
Yeah, we didn't pretend about that, and she's doing all this with like one plushy skeleton leg sticking out of
Aw.
her pad.
You know, I'm really excited for when
It's called
Mordred
Brit.
takes a sword and attacks Avalon, and then you're just there like, yes, please cut some more arms off.
I added to my hand jar.
Mordred's like, oh, sorry. Drizel's like, thank you.
Thank you for that.
Please come again.
Cauterized.
Alrighty.
Anyway, sorry.
Mordred,
Yes.
second round of the
Rare
jets.
that Giselle is happy.
Um,
This tournament's amazing. I could just live here.
You same deal.
Come back when we go
You
to
see they
Lily's
announce your next opponent as hang on. As Martha Ford. Martha Ford is a knight of Greensfield, some distance away. You see she has a shield that looks like 3 wrens flying in a circle down each other. You see she sits upon her horse with a kind of brown, quite large in the yours. I think maybe a bit of a more draft horse than a war horse. The two of you square off, ready to charge. Same deal again. 3 lances. You've not broken any lances yet, so you've got your 3 lances.
Do I still have Big B's advantage?
No, I would do. I'll
have to do that one again?
Okay.
Bigby, you're still there at this time because it's all of that and then you'll grab.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you're still there.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Gisella's like, good luck if you
That's a
get it.
22.
Meets beats, so only the first check this time.
Okay. Gisella's like, good luck, Mordred. If you die, I'm getting the humans ready to bring you back, because she's just taking some opportunistic bile sampling
I have no idea what that means, but I'll
from
take it.
some poor guy who came in for an elastoblast. It's like, just hang on a minute.
Oh, goodness me. So, the first round's all happened, so most of the people have been knocked out, or half of them have been
Best
knocked out.
first aid station
Second round,
in the
looks like
world.
probably about 3 rounds.
Okay.
Alright, let's go. First charge.
Ooh, that's pretty good. So I add 18 to that, so that's something like 33. Hang on, 18 plus 15.
Yeah,
33.
33, yeah.
33.
Yep.
Okay.
My AC is 27.
33?
Yeah.
So crit hit.
Yep.
They rolled a 29,
Oh,
so a hit as well.
Yep.
yes.
Alright, wonderful. So hit. So next is an athletics check. Both hits, you both need to make an athletics check to stop your lances from breaking.
Yep.
So straight athletics.
Oh, that's not great. That's going to be 20.
21 from them. DC is 20, so neither of your lances break.
Cool.
So that's a strike, so that's 2 points, no lances broken.
Yep.
You crit hit, so they need to roll to stay on their horse. Ooh! Not good. Only a 12. They are DC. You see again,
First round knockout.
First
Twice
round
in a row.
knockout twice. Not as incredible. This is a much more competent opponent, but still, you strike them sure and true. You hold up your shoulder, push them back, and they go off their horse onto the ground.
This is much going like one of my favourite
Was it a
What, a
Knight's
nice tale?
movies. No, Warrior.
Okay.
It's like a UFC thing. There's a UFC tournament, and like one of the main characters just first round knockout immediately walks out the cage.
You see, again, the crowd, the first time they went wild, this time it's, a couple of minutes of cheering. You see a couple of them start chanting, Mordred! Mordred! Mordred!
Mordred does not like that at all.
There are very few people who have done, straight dethrone twice.
Okay.
There seems to be only 2 other opponents who have managed it. One, a knight called Argus, all in black armour, with wings upon his helmet, and the other, a knight of green, whose name we haven't mentioned.
The Green Knight? The Green Knight?
I was thinking the black one was the black knight,
The Black Knight, yeah.
but from Monty Python.
Yeah.
None
I'll
shall
bite your legs off!
I love this campaign because every single time a character is introduced, we're like,
This
where are
one?
you fucking from?
And I quite like it when they're tangential, so you don't get it quite early enough.
Yeah, and I'm
You're
sure
like,
Gallen's like, nowhere, but you can draw conclusions.
Do as you like.
it's a
okay,
tourney.
Sure,
It's a night. It's a night in a
exactly.
tourney. There's no bakers in
Okay.
this tourney.
Archery, second round. So this time it is only about 15 people. This one is elimination. So this one they will knock out the bottom 10, leaving only the top 5 who complete their head-to-head. So this time you've got to score above whatever, above the rest.
Okay.
I know what you need to hit. You don't know what you need to hit.
Alright.
I know what they're already going to roll. So same thing. 3 hours. You say move the target back another 10 paces. So this time you're shooting from a little bit more of a distance. Doesn't affect your mechanically though.
Okay, it's a 26 for the first one.
26, awesome. That is a yellow shot, so not quite a bullseye, but very close.
And that's a 27.
27, still yellow shot, no bullseye, but again, it's a good shot. 1, 2. You line up your third,
Solid, dependable.
deep breath in. Time slows from him as you release the arrow.
Somebody
At
in the
first,
crowd
it
gets
veers
an arrow in
terribly
the
to
eye.
right, but then it
That's
corrects
sweet.
itself on course.
And then that is a 32 for the last one.
In the bullseye with a 32.
Right in the middle, in a nice line.
In the middle, you've got Henry, very similar to your previous shot. So that was 2 yellows, blue. You see that is enough to continue. You
Top
see
5.
most people in this time, again, similar thing. Most people here can shoot 1 bullseye, maybe, or 1 yellow, but the consistency is what's getting you through. A lot of them are doing an okay shot and then a shit one. Everyone here hits the targets. These are strong competitive players. You see again the baker's woman, 3 bullseyes. 1, 2, 3. The man with the bushy beard this time, bullseye, miss, and then yellow, similar to your shot. They seem to be the biggest competitors other than yourself. You see it's down only to
Why is
you
she
three,
rolling?
2
Three
others who have
bullseyes.
shot a blue each and then yellows. So clearly just a step down still. The final will be
Sorry.
5 of you shooting
Top
head
three,
to head.
maybe.
Last one will be who can shoot the best.
Okay.
Nice. It's
All
gonna
right.
be that woman who's your competition.
Yeah, there's no way I'm making this.
Yeah, what's she getting to get straight bullseyes?
Well, over 30, I think, with each one.
Yeah, so
And I
she's
had
got
to
a
get,
plus
I've
what
got a
to
plus
hit.
14, so I have to
Yeah.
get 16 or better on the dice. to
Yeah,
get
she's
that.
bigger than that.
So yeah, so she's probably got like at least plus 18, 20 maybe.
Darian, you see this person moving down at the back, finding Mordred and Beast. This is after the second round of jousting. You see Lancelot is watching from afar. He's still tending to Eric, but he's glancing at your direction continuously. You see this dwarven man walk up to the 3 of you, as it were, and say, Mordred Lefay.
That's me.
Excellent. I take it you are Bigby, Joseph Bigby. And
Is this the third we talking about as well?
no, talking
That's
to a
dwarf
dwarvish
that
man.
Darius
Oh, this guy. Okay.
He was in the royal box that wasn't announced.
you're away when.
Yeah.
Done.
You see, looks to be a deep dwarf, so he's got stone skin, silver hair. You see, he says, "My name is Krennic Silverbow. I represent the stewards of Camelot." I understand you currently have some items that would be of great interest to my employers. I wouldn't hassle you at this tourney if it wasn't urgent, but I'm having rather trouble getting into contact with you. Will we be able to organise a time to meet later today?
Sure.
I won't waste your time. I have quite a lot of gold to offer you for what you have found in Salzburg. Would you be of interest to selling?
We would be interested in at least hearing
A very sensible recommendation. Do you drink?
that. Of course.
No.
That's fine. There's a rather there's a rather lovely ale house they do with apple juice down the street. Shall we meet there at say 5:30?
Sounds good.
So they dim the sun at 5, so about a half hour afterwards. Excellent. I am very serious about it. I will be bringing my gold in its entirety, hoping to make it very well. And you see he then very politely nods, and you see he says, I give my best to Darian and Mazzello as well. I hope they can join us. Turns on the spot.
This
Who
guy,
is this
we
guy?
were warned
Knows
about
more
this
than-
guy. We were warned about this guy. When we first got the contract from Memphis, he said that someone called Krennic Silverbarrow and his companion, an albino woman with a bronze eye, would offer us money for the objects.
Yeah.
Memphis offered to double whatever offers they made.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to hear the offer. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
at least then we'll get more from Memphis.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, but like he's the stewards of Camlin, so the stewards of Camelot. I want to give the stuff to Camelot, not Avalon, to be honest.
yeah, then we just like lose our soul.
Man, you will also
Unbelievable.
recall that your brother, when you last saw, warned you about this guy and said, don't
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to him, kill him.
Yeah, I'm
Make of
that's
that
my
what you
brother
will.
as far as I can tell.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Sounds like bad people warning us against this guy, so maybe it's a good move.
yeah. Here.
Darian, you're invisible during that. What do you do next? Are you still following? Do you stick around?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep following him.
Yeah. You see he walks a little bit and you see a figure standing there who looks like they're nursing a beer, quite drunk, cloak up. You see he stops next to this looks like he'll be out of sight of the party. As you see he leans over, you see he says, I don't think there should be a problem. Keep an eye on them though. If they try to leave the city, take it by force. But no deaths. Understand? You see the figure nods, and you see then it goes off staggering through the crowd. And you see the dwarf heads in a different direction. Where are you going?
I'm just following him.
Following him?
Yeah.
Yep. So he goes back to the box. This is against the point where there are guards at the door. He opens the door. It's going to be an athletics check to try to dash through in time to stay there.
If he's going back into the box, I'm gonna just acknowledge that and just go back to the group that I was originally with. Because I want to chat to those other two.
Yeah, you head back to the group. Awesome. That'll be in time to watch round 3 of the joust,
Okay.
round 3 of the archery competition, so it all comes to a head.
Oh,
Crush it, Mordred. You can do it. Come on.
I don't like my
Leave
chest.
no mercy.
I want to give them mercy.
Yeah,
So
after they've lost.
The archery is like elimination, and then the archery will be whoever wins this round wins. The joust is a points thing.
Yep.
So it's how will you do this? These two determines if you've got enough points to win, or maybe they will forfeit.
Okay.
You see, you begin to be lined up again on your horse. You still haven't broken any lances. You've still got 3
Yep.
on the horse. Second, sorry.
Is the prize money the same for each?
No, so prize money for the joust is 200, 150 for the archery.
Okay, yeah.
Slightly more expensive for the joust.
Makes
Joust
sense.
and the melee,
Possible to do.
exactly. Joust and the melee have more, bigger risk. Archery and the mages duel have less. You see they announce one quickly rising to stardom, Mordred Le Fay. As you see your horse comes out, you see cheers there in the crowd. You see, and on the other hand, one of this opponent's longest-standing champions, the Knight of Abelgor. And you see a knight in fully green, almost like rusted copper armor, come out atop a slowly walking horse, heavy footfalls, and you see the crowd, even louder cheers for them.
Is this the Green Knight?
Let's have a go. You see again.
Oh, I'm nervous.
And for round 3, charge. Sorry, and round 1, charge.
Oh, can I make my check again?
Yep, go for it.
That is only a 29.
Critical fail.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
You want to do anything with that? Might-
Oh, that's
this
pretty
might
good
actually
though.
go here. Critical failure. You misconstrue a piece of information which temporarily disconcerts you. I'm stupefied. 1 until the end of my next
Oh, that's alright.
turn. I guess that doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter. It's sort of a long term encounter. Your roll to attack.
35. That's a 19 on the die.
A glancing blow with their shield.
Oh, you're in
As you
trouble.
see, they roll a 28.
Just hits.
As you see it, it strikes you. Just a regular hit, so you're not at risk of being the horse, but
Do I?
a hit to you. Nope, you're good, so it's not a critical hit, so you can't be thrown.
Oh no, the lance.
Only if the 2 of you hit.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, because it's a glancing blow, that's 2 points to them, and then you. So the first time you don't do throw them on the first round, so you pass, you get a hit, you hold onto your horse, you circle around at the end. That's the first round, 2 points to him, none to you so far. This is a much stronger opponent than last you faced.
That's pretty much the highest I can roll.
You see he holds up his sword and shakes it.
So what did you get?
I got a 19 on the die for 35.
35, and that wasn't a hit.
That wasn't.
Far out. His AC must be insane.
Can I attempt to bond mock?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I say, maybe it's time this arena got a new champion?
Go for it.
That's a 16 plus 15, so 31.
Fail. Close.
Drizella's watching this. She's got asthma in her
This
head
is like
lock,
me
and she's
versus rats
extracting.
all over again.
Yeah.
She's extracting phlegm from asthma.
Incredible. As you see, he looks to you and says, "By what right do you have to take the
It's an
field?"
emergency.
By the right of, my friends!
Boo!
Friendship! Power of friendship!
Boo! Knock him off his horse!
By the power of plot armor!
Round 2!
No, that's why I'm making vile phlegm potion.
Channel the power of this karma.
That's still not
Not
good.
literally.
32.
Not saying he has a karma.
Miss. 38.
Oh my god, that's a
Oh,
critical
that's
hit.
Crit.
insane.
Nature check to see if you are decreased.
I'm thinking this guy's at least level
21.
12.
21. That is a success, so you stay on the horse. You are, again, not that you manage to keep the horse under control and stay atop it. You don't hit, so again, glancing blow of the lance. So another 2 points to him, so that's 4-0. You can still win with a D-horsing, or you can still get those 2 points and break his lance and give you a free go. You see, again, you go around. You see, again, he holds his lance atop. You see, he says, "We all must end our ride sometime."
Good luck.
Can I try to
And
distract
also
him
to you.
to create a diversion?
Yeah, go for it.
So that's a. What is it? A stealth or what? What kind of check am I doing for that? Actually say
What do you do to create a distraction?
Okay. Your horse is about to trip. Point to his horse.
Deception.
I'm better at finding lies than telling them. Where's deception? 15.
Doesn't cover, unfortunately.
I'll turn to you and I'll say, it's okay, Bigby. If I lose to them, it'll be a good loss.
Round 3! And you begin the run towards.
That's not good at all. It's a 29.
Round is a miss.
Ooh!
See, they strike sure and true a third time, hitting into you. Nature check to stay put the horse.
That's a 13.
13. You are the horse in the dirt. Here, the knight walking towards you. To his way.
I take it.
So he says again, "And what right did you have to take the field?"
By the right of my sword and the need to help my friends.
He says nothing. Hoists you up.
This is riddle.
And
Could I make actually, sorry. Can I make a Darkwood lore check?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, that was almost a 20. That's just going to be like a 13.
13?
Yep.
It's niggling at the back of your head. You've heard this before, but you can't get there with a 13.
Right.
No one has anything else? Cool. That is head off. It's announced that they will calculate the scores and see what is, if there needs to be a tiebreaker.
That's alright.
Well done for staying
Really
on, as
good
I'm
try.
extracting some
That guy seemed real.
black bile out of somebody's
Yeah.
spleen.
I feel like I'm missing something here.
All these people only came in for like a glass of water because they've got a bit of sunstroke.
Incredibly
So
horrendous.
it's like, why are you here?
Big D. Round 3.
Okay.
Come on, Big B.
5 of you left. There's you, the man,
The woman who
the
can't miss.
Asian woman, and the 2 people who can't shoot for shit. Compared to the other 3.
Yeah.
This one is just fully who can
I
hit
already get to use
the
my
most points.
hero points. So. We'll see. Okay.
I'm going to roll. I'm gonna
I can
actually
give mine out
roll
like
dice for
band-aids.
this one, so
Sorry?
I can give mine out like band-aids.
First roll's good. 29.
29. You are on the border of the bullseye, but it's still a yellow. So that's 8 points.
And I'm definitely not getting the bonus for the thing. For the sun or anything. No other extra bonuses I can get. Yeah, it costs 14. Unless it's a split piece.
Actually, we'll draw this out as long as possible. The man with the bushy beard takes his first shot. Strikes the yellow as well. And the baker's woman... Oops. The baker's woman strikes the yellow also.
Ooh.
You see the crowd knows that same move. First time they've not got a bullseye.
Okay, I'm in the fight. Come on, come on, come on.
Come on, Big B.
22.
22. Yellow shot.
Yeah. So that was that for the last shot.
The man with the beard. Yellow shot again. Oh! On the rim. Not a bullseye either from the baker's woman's beard. You see, for this round, they've drawn the targets back another 50 paces, so this is now quite a distance shot.
Ooh.
Last round, last arrows.
She's nervy.
Okay.
Go Big B!
Perception check before you shoot.
Ah. He was in the zone.
I know, I'm sorry.
That's an 18 on perception.
The man with the bushy beard has got his bow just at the bottom of yours and just pushes you slightly as you go to release. You can see it doing it. So you can do 2 things at the moment. You can try to stop the shot, in which case you're pouring out as cheap, or you can take the shot and minus 2 points. Try to stop the shot. Yeah. Give us an athletics check just to, you've got a bow for just to draw so without releasing your arrow by mistake.
26.
Yeah, easily done. You call that down. What do you say?
She's
I don't
a
say
bastard.
anything. I'm not going to try to call it out. I'm just going to look at it.
Give me intimidation.
Give him the squint.
That's a 21 intimidation.
You see a bead of sweat, and you see he doesn't say anything. You see he just moves his arm a little closer to his body and bones away from his.
Step
I'm
back.
going to make him a shot
Is this helpful?
again.
I
really...
Arrow.
That
flies
one.
through the air, heading towards the
Yeah.
target.
Can I use a hero point, please?
Yeah.
Come on.
That's a medicinal hero point.
That's
That's
18.
an 18 plus 14 is 32. That's a bullseye.
That's a ball.
I'm never going to see what the other two
Very
get.
competitive.
So
So the
this is-
bearded man goes to shoot.
This
Do
is
you,
so
do you
ridiculous.
will say anything?
I think this is the most revealing now.
Yellow.
Yes! I've got at least second.
The baker's woman goes to shoot. Yellow.
Yes!
As you see,
Best hero point ever.
hits in the center. Crowd, massive applause, massive applause. Um,
Drusilla
And
came,
while
Drusilla
I am
came out
cheering and
and
having a good time, I think BB would be very class and just tip his hat.
Drusilla came out
Take a
and
bow.
like bandaged his wrists
Very
in a
well done,
supportive
and then
manner.
offer and like shake hands with the other opponents.
Jesse,
You see-
I congratulate you on not being split in half.
Split it up.
Remember the last time you were in a tournament of sorts?
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, this worked out a lot better for me. Hero point.
You see the beard man look of terrible shame as he shakes your hand. You see he says, "You are a great opponent."
Thank
You see the baker's woman, as she pulls your hand, leans you in and says, "If you're ever looking to apply your skills for more gain than this tournament offers, I have work."
Thank you.
You see, she says, "Head down to Sherwood and ask around."
Ooh, the baker's lady in Sherwood. Why do I feel like
The
this is a
hoods,
thing?
the hoods in Sherwood. Remember
Go
the
to,
hood?
go to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
baker.
yeah. But is there a baker in the hood?
Gives you a nod. Gives you a little wink, and then gives a polite little wave.
I feel like me and Rob will get really well.
I feel like we'll get along.
Looking out for the ball.
We'd all get along.
Well done. Are we good to go till 11, everyone? Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Friday tomorrow.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I just found out one of my best mates from New Zealand was, for the first time ever, is flying to Brisbane tomorrow night.
No,
Oh, shit.
So he just messaged me and was like, "What are you up to?" What?
So am I getting paid?
You're getting paid. You are getting 150 gold pieces.
Wow. Oh, that's so good.
You don't have to pay me back now, Morgan. It's so good.
Would you get anything?
Mordred has to
so
pay me back.
You see, they run the scores. A lot easier for the archery. There is the awards given out at the end. You see, Keeper Amira, thank you. You see, Keeper Amira presents the awards. The archery is a pin in the style of an arrow, underneath which is a little medal. Pins third upon the bearded man, second upon the baker's lady, and pins first upon you. Pouches of gold and very ceremonial, and over a larger one, and then a very heavy one given to Big.
Yes.
Yeah, what is the weight of like?
150 gold.
Yeah, 100 gold piece.
Probably.
Maybe a kilo or two, like not crazy, but you'd feel it.
It would go.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a jingle in the jangle. You see, Amira says, "My champions, well done. As an archer myself, I feel, as a little bit of an archer myself, I feel extra proud of what you've done today. If you would ask it of me, I would grant you a boon."
Sorry?
The Union strike.
Union's right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can
Sorry.
help us with negotiations with the unions. That would be great.
You see, they look completely dumbfounded. They're like, "Perhaps we will talk of this later."
Sorry.
You see the bearded man takes off his cap and gets on a knee and says, "My lady, my son sits in your jail for a crime he did, and he admits he did, but I would not see him hanged. I would beg of you Show mercy, release him. You see, Amira says, what crime did your son commit? You see the bearded man says, he took gold that was not his. He stole from your treasuries, your coffers. And you see, she says, I would not take a man's life for any of gold. On this day of mercy and light, I shall let him go for you. And the crowd are very happy this year. Sort of applause and cheerings and that sort of thing. There's some disgruntled mumbling in amongst it, that sort of thing. But all in all, it seems like a very popular decision.
Sorry for telling you to do the Union strike, but
I couldn't really think of anything, so that's not good.
You see the as they go.
I can always tell her I changed my mind later.
You see they turns to the baker lady who says, I would wish to dine with your majesty tonight if that would be acceptable. He says, yes, of course, absolutely. Come to the keep tonight. We shall dine together.
Sure. I should.
I'll let you retcon that if you want. But,
Yeah, you know what? That would be fine.
you get the sense that this is kind of the caveat. This is you've got about 30 seconds of my goodwill. What do you want?
Yeah.
Is kind of why it's not. Go take a day to think about it and come back.
Yep. Dinner sounds great.
Um,
I'll join the
yeah,
debate.
we'll say they go like third, second, first.
Yeah.
You see the baker's at that point kind of looks over to you and then looks back and goes, "Oh, wonderful company!" And
As long as you don't feel like
no, of course.
Take
of
a
course.
sense motive check.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does this person seem like they're being sarcastic about, oh, lovely?
Is that about
23.
Their plans have been thrown.
Yeah.
no.
Um,
I think this person's going to rob them.
Oh, because they robbed the rich.
Yeah.
That's right. That is the presentation there. The presentation for the jousts is done last. We see that they announce in third with 2 falls, no lance breaks, and 3 unhorsings. We can put Sir Edred of Westman. We see a knight who did not face in the competition comes up to third. In second, with 1 fall, 2 unhorsings, and no broken lances, Mordred Lefay.
Whoa!
And in first place, the one that unhorsed him, with no unhorsings, a clean record of no lances broken, the Lord of Admengar. And you see again the rusted green
He's a
knight
lord.
takes up onto first place. So again, presentation, coin is given, that sort of thing.
I like this guy.
You get 150 gold as the second place
Aw.
winner.
Hell yeah.
Didn't even have someone on the night represent anyone, do you? So.
Oh, I'm half tempted to split my gold among the other winners.
They're also given gold.
Yeah,
You
fair
see the
enough.
Lord Andregar is given gold, hands it to you.
Oh.
Very immediately. He's given gold and immediately passes it to you wordlessly.
I'm not worthy of your gold.
By what right would you refuse my gold?
Can I
Try
make
the war
another?
again.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Can I make a check to see if I
19.
No, it just doesn't do it.
society or something?
God.
You can do society.
27.
There is no place called Admengar.
Oh,
The Lord of Admengar makes no sense.
Just tell that to Mordred later. I'm not saying.
Okay. By the right of the Dark Forests.
You see, they tell the head of the say, very well, and pass it to the third person. Who gladly are you sure, lad? The Lord of Admengar never accepts payment for his victories.
It doesn't feel right for me to take it from you.
Very well, alright. He takes it. You see again, the king comes down and congratulates you, gives you a handshake and that, and says, you're quite the arm there, lad.
Thank you.
For one so small, and you see, you'd stand there a head or shoulders short of him.
Yeah, I'm still a kid.
Scoring the London season. You've got quite a future there, I'd say.
Thank you. I hope not to have to do this often.
And you see the keeper comes over as well and says, would you be interested at all in working for our town guard?
No. Thank you.
That's all right. We must ask these things just in case. But very well. If you should need anything while you stay with us, please ask. We're always glad to help out young aspiring knights.
Thank you.
And you see, after that, the last of the medals are given for the other events, and there is much drinking in that. Oh yeah, Drizella.
I'm so confused by this night. I have no
with the
idea.
melee, something absolutely horrible happens.
Yes!
You see, in the fight getting terrible, they started with maces, they knocked out, they draw swords, they lose the sword. This one person who's doing the whole fight, sword overhead, going down. The last knight pulls a little dagger out of their boots and just nicks them on the leg, and their whole leg explodes.
Whoa! So cool.
From a nick.
From a little nick with the dagger. Guards are called in, they're telling this is the melee, there should be no magic. They're grabbed, taken away, that sort of thing.
That was not a usual dagger.
Not a usual dagger.
I would quite like it, but it wasn't usual.
They're in horrible pain and need a lot of attention.
Oh.
It's terrible.
Okay.
Does Drizella help them survive, or?
Yeah, because it looks like it wasn't. That was not fair.
So you need
but
a good 4 or 5 hour surgery.
There's a lot of blood. There's a lot
Under
of blood.
candlelight with some romantic music.
I'm not sure I can save. I'm not sure I can save the leg. I might have to amputate. In fact, I decided. I'll do a medicine check. I think it might be easy to take the leg off, then fix it, and then stitch it back on again.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I'll allow. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh, excellent. Medicine. 18, 28, 29, 30, 32.
You leg locked off, clean it all up, looks good. You have a leg you can reattach from earlier that day. It's pretty much the same size. You stitch it all on. It's not, moving or anything, but you'll see what happens, These things take time. But it also did a great job.
Yeah, it looks great. I stabbed the leg with my black bile, yellow bile, phlegm potion that I was bringing up there. Didn't need to use on Mordred. See if I can get blood flow through the leg.
The blood moves around the leg. Blood flows a too strong a tone, but there's blood and movement.
I set asthma and eczema to massaging the foot, and
You're not.
You see Thornwell leans in and says, "Is that going to do anything?"
it will keep them busy.
Yeah.
And
You're good at this. Have you ever considered teaching?
I'm bending the knee backwards and forwards. So one of them's like bending the knee.
There's someone like giving a foot measure.
There's somebody bending, so he's bending the knee backwards and forwards while the other one's rubbing on the foot like that. So it's like, there we go.
It's like the hip will heal if you just do this.
And I say to us, 8 hours until the sun next sets. You keep doing that. Don't stop.
Jesus Christ.
Say to talk. Dinner?
Yes, I should think so. I'm in the mood for some bolognese.
Oh, terrible. Terrible.
Oh, wonderful. The 20 minutes left, we'll wrap this up pretty soon. A great party is held, a great feast of all that. You two competitors are, you go off and celebrate with Thornwell.
I'm definitely buying them cigars and drinks with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I ask someone about the Green Knight and what their deal is?
Yeah, for sure. Big question first. You see, as that starts to happen, you see the sun, the sun above goes down into dark. You see a spotlight again on here, so we continue the festival and all that, but it seems to be nighttime lighting now. You know you're meant to meet with Krennic.
Krennic.
Are you doing that, or are you staying at party?
I'll go.
If you're going, I'm going.
Do I get to chat to the dudes before the sword?
Oh yeah, what do you want to talk about?
I just want to say to them, I noticed the logos or the crests. That's the word. Yes, the logo's a brand.
Gentle correction. Like this.
The crests on your
The sponsorship.
yeah, the sponsor logo.
Red Premium Platinum Donuts.
Okay. This is the sun sponsor on your show.
You see Owen
That
says,
literally is what it is.
I had never
I
seen
don't know,
the
$150
sun
that's kind of-
spire before.
you see that? Our great aunt is, yes, our great aunt is Amara's mother.
Oh.
Hi. Which makes us nothing in particular, but a little bit rich.
What?
And this
I've
is the
never-
crest of the set sun for all those no longer in line for the throne.
Oh, so that's why it's slightly oranger.
Aye.
Yeah. I absolutely love learning more about magic, and do you think you could talk to a mirror to let me look at or learn about the Sunspire's piece?
He says, "Oh, I there's a historian who keeps much of the record. I'd wager you could have an appointment.
I would very much like to.
I'll put in a good word. Eh?
Do you know the story about the sun and the thingy
Oh,
and the
it's
beast?
a lovely old tale.
It's a lovely old tale, but the dark dude, the shadow with the horns,
Yes.
seemed very much like the horn.
I couldn't tell you much about that lad.
Maybe the historian.
Aye. There's always the rumours, of course, but
Oh, I like rumors.
well, they say there's an island far off the coast, down in the waters, rising up
Rising up.
out of the waves. New land, there's a what God's name is that? There's a dragon! Run!
It's a dragon!
Would this island have been known in the past
It's going
as
into the royal.
what's the tree place?
Arcadia.
Like big
Okay.
royal PA.
I have heard it called it.
And it rises up. Do you know where?
Or it's going back to
No,
Rochester,
it's
one or the
from-
other.
Depends on which sailor you ask and how drunk they are.
Usually royal.
I think it's scary stories to keep the children in.
Most likely. I still would love to talk with this historian.
Oh, of course. I'll organise one. But the rumours say, of course, the king of that island is this horned king fellow you mentioned.
That makes sense. Yes.
I don't believe a lot of it.
So who was the light person by the rumors?
Oh, that's less rumours. It's well documented. That was the sunlit lady when she stayed here. One of the wandering gods, as they were. Kept less on the surface, from what I understand. But we here honour them as much as we can.
And are you descendants of the sunlit lady?
Oh, distant.
I see. Is there any relationship between the sunlit lady and the Sungirls?
Shrugs shoulders. You'd have to ask
I've
her.
got sun in that.
Yeah, that was literally the conclusion of your it.
Sun goes down. Dusk
Sun goes down, dusk, yeah, unstabilizes the. This is
Something.
something.
Maybe it's just a spring equinox.
Science.
The sun's just down.
The planets align for like a split second, and there you go.
Maybe it's like that, 30 days of night movie.
Anyway, we've got 15 minutes left before we wrap up, so I'm just going to plow through. Anything else you want to talk to the Magsons or your little guy, or anyone about?
No. That's all I wanted. I just want to set up this meeting with the historian.
Absolutely. They sounds like they can make that happen for you pretty much whenever. They're good friends with everyone in the keep. Even if they don't live there themselves. Heading to Krennic?
Yes.
Heading to Krennic?
Yeah.
Heading to Krennic?
Heading to
Krennic.
I would
probably
probably
If you're not, I need to
chat
take your
to
thing because he's expecting the sell.
Thornwall Vale. If I see them all leaving,
Hmm.
then I would
join
join them, I guess. under duress.
Krennic.
As you start to leave, you see the older knight who spoke with Mordred, Lancer.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you get protection.
You see he says, well done, lad, well done. That was a good
Thank you.
Incredibly impressive for your first time in one of these things. How do you feel?
A little worse for wear.
That'll fade. And you see, he just kind of looks at you and says, oh, you look such of your father.
My father?
No.
You said you'd tell me about him.
I will. Come, let's grab a drink. I'll tell you the story.
Is this when the party's starting?
Yeah, this is the four of you all heading into it. And you grab kind of off the way.
We can do it without you. Go meet with this person. As long as you think you're going to be safe.
I think
Can I make a check on Lancelot, make sure he's not my brother in disguise somehow?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm just suspicious with everyone now.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, cocked. Okay, what kind of check am I doing? Perception?
Yeah, perception for that sort of check. 30.
Yeah, I got 7.
I will tell you 30 is enough to beat the DC you need. Not quite a critical success, but close. So and you are quite confident this is the right.
Oh, okay.
Who they're saying.
Yes, okay, good. You're like the DC you need to find it. It is your brother. Ah! Rip off his
They
mask.
kill all of you.
Like Austin Powers, just like, that's a man, baby.
Oh, she doesn't?
Yeah.
I'll once again
From Mergen
I'll
is
slip
landing at
Bigby
the
my
PA.
feather token and I'll say
Mergen to the
send
PA.
this if anything goes wrong.
Okay.
This may be
What's
my
it do?
only opportunity to find out about my father.
Somewhere
Please do.
rural remote going
Okay.
into the PA.
Bet it's half.
They fly really low when they're going in there.
So what's the plan?
I gave my feather token to Bigby to notify me if anything goes wrong,
Lovely.
and
What
I'm
does that
seizing
do?
this
Do I
opportunity.
like talk into it like a walkie-talkie?
Yeah, you just send a message and then a bird will fly off.
Oh,
Come through.
very good. Wonderful. So you're going to go talk with Lancelot.
Yes.
The rest of the party's going to go talk with Crit. Beautiful.
Mhm.
We will pick up next session
Ah.
right there. It is 10 minutes to.
Good timing.
No time to start a big long discussion.
Yeah. I was wondering.
I was like, if I go with you, they
So you're going to drop
Lancelot
the twist
might just
in the first
die.
2 seconds.
Why would Lancelot?
I don't know.
Because it would be too convenient for her to know anyway.
Because I'm a dick.
But that is like what would happen though.
Wouldn't
like
it
most
just